You're listening to The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids.
We now leave our network programming to bring you the following special sports presentation.
Let the good times roll with the fun of Kernel Baseball in The Zone.
Bring your family, meet your friends. This is where the fun never ends. Everybody knows when you're at the game, the good times roll. Hey, hey, Kernels, let the good times roll. Peter and the Kernels, let the good times roll.
With the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, here's the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers.
Good Saturday evening from Gold Dome Country. We're just a few miles from the campus of the University of Notre Dame, and the Kernels are here to play the Eastern Division leading South Bend Silverhawks for the second time in the last week. The Kernels kicked off their recently concluded 8-game homestand by playing well but losing 3 of 4 to South Bend. We rebounded, and by a win last night behind Jesse Smith 2-0 over Western Division leading Wisconsin, the Kernels wound up 4-4 on the homestand. Now we're on an 8-game road trip that sees us play the same two teams that we played on the homestand. So we're going to have a great deal to do to determine who wins the Western Division and Eastern Division first half titles. A special treat from Kovaleski Stadium here in South Bend. Bob Oldest, who played on the 1960 World Champion Pittsburgh Pirates team, will join us next on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show here in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications Triple Play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
From Kovaleski Stadium in South Bend, Indiana, we welcome Bob Oldest to the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. Bob, a member of the 1960 World Champion Pittsburgh Pirates, and Bob Oldest, that Game 7 of the 1960 World Series at Forbes Field, one of the most dramatic and classic endings ever in Fall Classic play.
Yeah, it was quite an honor. Mazarasi's home run, I know a lot of people. That's only been 45 years ago, John, so it was a beautiful time, and it was an unbelievable time, and we still live it, and we love it.
And you're going to have a milestone reunion in just when, Bob?
This coming next Saturday and Sunday, we're all getting together. They're bringing us back to Pittsburgh for the 45-year reunion, and we're really looking forward to it, John, because there's 16 of us left, and out of 25, and there's still a few lies and a few long balls are longer and everything else. But, no, we really look forward to it. They bring us back every 5 years, a pirate organization, and it's really a great thing.
And then, Bob, will they introduce all 16 of the surviving members of that 1960 World Championship team at PNC Park, or will they have you available along the concourse to give autographs and take pictures with the fans? What is a reunion like?
Well, the reunion is, they do. I guess we're going on the field because they asked for our shirt size, and they all knew what numbers we all wore, so they're going to give us a shirt. Yes, we are going to be on the field, John, and before the game. And the itinerary, I really haven't seen it all, but there'll probably be a lot of autograph signing, and it's going to be a wonderful weekend. And the Pirates, I forget who they're playing at home, and that's another week. We can't remember that far ahead, John.
Bob Oldest is with us from the Cove, Stanley Kovaleski Stadium. As he's told us, he's going to be going back to Pittsburgh next weekend for the 45th reunion of the 1960 World Champion Pirates. And Bob, it was such an unusual World Series in so many ways. The Pirates were outscored by the Yankees 55-27. The games you lost, 16-3, 10-0, 12-0. How did Danny Murtaugh or how did the Pirate clubhouse stay so resilient? And because when you're pounded like that, you might get to thinking, well, the Yankees are better than us.
Well, first of all, when you want to get beat, that's the way to get beat. It's tough to get beat 1-0, John, or 2-1. It's a tough thing. When you get beat 16-3, like you said, and 10-0 and 12-0, we didn't worry about it because we knew we wasn't going to face Whitey Ford again because he pitched the second and sixth game, and so we were very lucky. Casey was very smart. Instead of pitching him 1, 4, and 7 games, where they could have had 3 shutouts, he just pitched in only 2 games, and so we took advantage and won the last game 10-9 and really make it exciting.
Bob, you're talking, of course, with the tongue in your cheek about Casey Stengel only starting Whitey Ford for a couple of those games. And, Bob, Bill Mazeroski, he hit the home run that sent Forbes Field into bedlam. And recently, Bill Mazeroski earned the ultimate baseball honor.
Yes, it was quite an honor, and he hasn't changed one bit, John. He's a super guy. He comes back for all the reunions, and he's involved into a lot of card signing shows that he turns down because there's so many. He wants to be home quite a bit, but he hasn't turned down an invitation to the Pirates, bring him back and everything else. He's the same guy. He's about 15 pounds heavier maybe, but he works in spring training with the Pirates infielders, and as you all know, he was the greatest second baseman of all time.
Well, that's why he's in the Hall of Fame, largely for his great defense, although he was certainly very good with the bat. Could you tell, Bob, as a teammate of his, could you tell our listeners what made him the best pivot man at second base in baseball history? I've heard some say it was his hands, that you didn't even know the ball was in his glove from the shortstop or third baseman. I've heard others say it was his feet.
He had the quickest feet in the world. When you slid, somehow he spread his feet, his knees were together, and the player went under. I never saw him get knocked down at second base, John. He had such a small glove. I sometimes wonder if the ball ever went into his glove because he got rid of it so quick. But he has like you said, very quick hands, a very, very quick feet, and he was unbelievable. None of us have ever seen him knocked down. He knows when he was going to make a double play, so he was there and made it. You know, sometimes why throw the ball to first base because he knew he was already there, John, and so he just held on to it. But he is by far the greatest fielding second baseman of all time.
Bob, before we take a break here on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, talking about the 1960 World Champion Pittsburgh Pirates, a young Roberto Clemente was on that team. He's another Hall of Famer. He had the best arm I ever saw from right field and the best fielder I ever saw. Did you know early in his career, Clemente, as a young Pirate in 1960, that he was going to have the career that he wound up having?
Well, he was only, 24, I think, then, John, and he had all the tools. He could hit with power. He run hard. He played hard. And he, as you said, he had the best arm in right field going. But I guess we thought maybe that was the top of his skills, but he got better and better each year, and he was one of the all-time great right fielders, and I was very fortunate to see him play in that 60 club. I enjoyed watching my seat from the bullpen. You know, John, I only got in 22 games that year, but I was very fortunate to get in 2 games in Yankee Stadium. Both games we won, and Clemente and Maz and those guys, they made it easy for me. I guess they didn't need my talent. I don't know.
Bob Oldis is being far too humble. He's made a career in professional baseball. He's our guest from Stanley Kovalevsky Stadium on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, and we'll have a final word with him following this. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
How would you like your next home buying or selling experience and lending process to be handled beautifully under one roof? If that's the way you want your real estate and mortgage needs to be met, select Todd Financial Services. Securing your loan and helping you find or sell your home is what Todd Financial Services does better than traditional banks and real estate firms. You'll be fully informed, supported, and taken care of so that buying, selling, or financing your home will be a pleasurable experience. Todd Financial Services, eager to meet all of your mortgage and real estate needs under one roof. There's a reason Dick Ramsey is the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company, Skolman Realty. It's because Dick Ramsey works harder for you than anyone to make selling your home easy for you. Take Dick's one-of-a-kind home trade program. Buy one of Dick Ramsey's homes and Dick will buy yours. Dick Ramsey provides 2 other unparalleled services: a free 1-hour telephone loan approval and a free 1-hour telephone appraisal on your property. Dick Ramsey of Skolman Realty, the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company.
Bob Oldest, a member of the 1960 World Champion Pittsburgh Pirates, is with us in South Bend. And Bob, you mentioned that you spent quite a bit of time in the bullpen, and you cannot underestimate the value of a second catcher on a club. And you got a chance, I'm sure, to warm up one of the best early relief pitchers. He kind of revolutionized relief pitching. Tell us about Elroy Face.
Elroy Face was a little guy. When I say little, he was 5'8", but he had a great arm on him. He threw in the range of 90, 91, but he had a great forkball, John, that he could throw over the plate any time. And a forkball, folks, is a ball that comes up to the plate and drops right straight down. And he really had 2 great pitches. He had great command on both pitches. And the year before, in '59, he went 19-1, I think it was. And this year in 1960, he saved many a game for Bob Frayne and Vernon Mall, Harvey Haddix, Vinnie Griffin, Mizell, and he was just, he could do it all for 2 innings, and he could throw every day. He had a great arm, and he had a rubber arm, and it didn't take him 10, 15 minutes to loosen up. 5 pitches, shake hands, let's go get him, and he would.
Great recollections of the 1960 World Champion Pittsburgh Pirate team by Bob Oldest. Bob is from Eastern Iowa, and he's kindly agreed to join us again tomorrow here from Kovaleski Stadium in South Bend for a second get-together. Bob, thank you so much. We look forward to speaking with you again tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you, John. I didn't know you knew so much about the 60s. Was you around then, John, or what?
I was 3 years old. Thank you, Bob. Bob Oldest with us. Up next, I'll set the starting lineup. Series opener, Kernels and Silverhawks here from Gold Dome Country, the home of Notre Dame. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
June is perennial gardening month, and as luck would have it, Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center is your perennial plant experts with the best selection in the area. Lots of new varieties, plus your all-time favorites. Start your perennial garden with Peck's terrific variety of perennials, including the 2005 Perennial Plant of the Year. Not sure which perennials to plant? The experts at Peck's will help you find the plants that are good for your yard. Perennials that will bring lasting color and enjoyment to you and yours. Peck's reminds you it's not too late to plant summer blooming plants for both sun and shade. Fill a flat of 12 of your favorite packs, just $14.99 a flat. Choose from impatiens, marigolds, petunias, and more. Also, summer is a great time to start a new landscaping project. Call Peck's for an estimate. Peck's Flower Shop, Garden Center, Nursery and Landscaping. Corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Road Northeast. Open weekdays till 8, weekends till 5.
After going 4-4 on a homestand that saw the Kernels lose 3 of 4 to our opponents here this evening, the South Bend Silverhawks were back in action against the very leaders of the Eastern Division first half standings. They're the Arizona Diamondback minor leaguers, and they're playing at their home park, Kovaleski Stadium, against our Kernel Ball Club. Our record 23-32. We're 8 games back in the 8-team Western Division standings and hoping to build some momentum for the season's second half. Thanks for being with us here in the Zone, for spending your Saturday evening with us, and let's hope the Kernels can get started on the road trip on a good note. We played very well against South Bend, had a chance to win 3 of 4 or even sweep the Silverhawks, but they won. They did the job against us, winning 3 of 4. Let's set the starting lineups. First for South Bend, and their skipper is Mark Haley. He spent 13 years in the Chicago White Sox organization. South Bend's record is 33-22, and they sit atop the standings in the Eastern Division with a 2-game bulge over the Fort Wayne Wizards. Leading off for the Silverhawks is a speedster, a switch hitter, Emilio Bonifácio. Bonifácio leads off, and he's at second base. Jerome Millins hit a big 2-run homer in the 9th inning against the Kernels last Sunday to help vault South Bend into a dramatic 6-5 come-from-behind win. Millins is in left field, batting second. One of the league's best players, Augustine Murillo, is at third base. Murillo leads the league in hits, runs scored, and in RBIs. Murillo at third base hits third with his .336 average. In right field, the cleanup batter for the Silverhawks is Carlos Gonzalez. Javier Brito is fifth in the league with a .331 average. Brito's at first base, batting fifth. Alan Mottram, the designated hitter, 10th in the league with a .313 average. Mottram is batting sixth. Hitting seventh for the Silverhawks, their shortstop, Mark Reynolds. Wilkin Castillo will be behind the plate and hit eighth. And batting ninth is Josh Buhager. Buhager is the center fielder, and he's played in just 5 games for the Silverhawks. On the hill, one of the league's best hurlers, he beat the Kernels 6-4 this past Monday, Memorial Day. A.J. Shappy. Shappy's 8-1. He's making his 12th start of the year. His ERA is a spectacular 2.76. A.J. Shappy is on the hill, having beaten the Kernels Memorial Day in our home ballpark. Shappy, a 22-year-old out of Cal Riverside, a 9th-round pick by the Diamondbacks last season. A.J. Shappy, 8-1, a right-hander on the hill for the Silverhawks. Allen Motor Company is now proud to bring you the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup for this series opener in South Bend. Allen's is celebrating their 102nd year in business with a 102nd year birthday bash sale. And their gift to you is a fabulous gift. If you buy or lease during Allen's 102nd year birthday bash, your first year's maintenance is on Allen's. You heard right. Buy or lease now during Allen's 102nd year birthday bash, and your first year's maintenance is on Allen's. Among the remarkable values to be had now during Allen's 102nd year birthday bash sale, 2005 GMC Sierra regular cab 2-wheel drive pickups. Allen's birthday bash sale price just $299 a month on a lease. That 2005 GMC Sierra is the best-selling GMC work truck in America, and it, along with a number of other spectacular values, await you during Allen's 102nd year birthday bash sale. Visit Allen Motor Company, I-380 and Boyson Road, exit 25 in Hiawatha. The Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup for this game 1 of 4 against the Eastern Division leading Silverhawks has Alexi Casilla leading off at second. Alexi had a 7-game hitting streak snapped in last night's Kernel 2-0 win over the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Batting second in at shortstop for the Kernels is Sean Rodriguez. Rodriguez at short bats second. He's second in the league with 40 runs scored. Hitting third in the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup in this series opener is Freddy Sandoval. Freddy's at third base. Aaron Peel, named the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim minor league player of the month of May, is in left field with his .321 average, 7th highest batting average in the league for Aaron Peel, the Kernel cleanup batter in left field. Drew Toussaint was lifted after his first at-bat last night. Drew is fine. He's back in the Allen Motor Company starting lineup as the designated hitter, batting fifth. The Kernel catcher, Tommy Duenas, will hit sixth in the order. Warner Madrigal's in right field, and Madrigal bats seventh in the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. Batting eighth, big Chris Walston. He's at first base. Chris is still trying to get on track, hitting 183 in 18 games. And batting ninth, still on a high and a real lift in spirits, slugging his first home run of the season in the Kernel 2-0 win last night over Wisconsin at home. Richard Giannotti in center field, batting ninth, the switch hitter. On the hill for the Kernels and rounding out the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup, right-hander Carl Jelena. Carl's 21 years old from Canada. He's won 2 and lost 3, an ERA of 4.09. Carl Jelena is making his 8th start of the year. He was beaten by his opponent, A.J. Shappy, on Memorial Day at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Jelena hung in there pretty well. He pitched 7 1/3. He gave the Silverhawks 6 runs in 7 1/3. 4 of them were earned on 10 hits, struck out none, and walked 1. Carl Jelena is on the hill for the Kernels, making his 8th start of the year. That's the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. Anderson and Brown Eye Care, the official eye care provider of the Kernels, proud to bring you the umpiring crew for this series. And in the series opener here in South Bend, Grant Menke will call the balls and strikes, and his partner on the base paths is Victor Carapazzo. Victor Carapazzo is working the diamond. Anderson and Brown Eye Care has moved to their new location on Boyson Road, just west of I-380. They have moved, and Anderson and Brown Eye Care is now proud to offer full-service eyewear. Anderson and Brown Eye Care, full-service eyewear available. You can buy your glasses there as well as get your contact lenses, and Doctors Anderson and Brown are proud to bring you the umpiring crew here, Victor Carpazzo on the diamond and Grant Menke behind the plate. The South Bend Silverhawks own a 15-9 record here at Kovaleski Stadium. It's an overcast Saturday evening. The temperature is in the low 80s, and the Kernels and Silverhawks are about to play game one of this four-game series. As the Silverhawks continue to take the field out of their first base dugout, we have several finals to bring you from this afternoon on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. It's brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Dale Thompson, Al Shetler, and Lanny Peterson. First of all, at U.S. Cellular Park, the White Sox edge Cleveland today 6-5. A slugfest at Kauffman Stadium, the Rangers gunned down the Royals 14-9. And our parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, trounced the Red Sox at Fenway today 13-6. In the National League this afternoon, the Mets trampled the Giants at Shea 5-1. The Cardinals outslugged the Astros at Minute Maid Park 11-9. Those are the finals we have from earlier this afternoon on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Before this action kicks off, let's pause to honor America here at Kovaleski Stadium, the singing of the national anthem.
By Ian Miller from Norway.
The singing of the national anthem at Kovaleski Stadium. A big crowd is on hand. It's an overcast, warm evening, and the Kernels and Eastern Division leading Silverhawks ready to clash in game one of a four-game set. Our in-studio engineer is Jake Lentz. I'm John Rogers, your play-by-play host. We'll enjoy Kernel baseball next here in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
The lights have already been turned on here at Kovaleski Stadium. The predominant color here is green. The seats are green. There is no grandstand roof. A 16-foot high wall, symmetrical dimensions. The wall is a 12-foot high padded wall, and then above it a 4-foot-high green railing. And the dimensions 336 down the lines, 360 to the power alleys, and 405 to dead center field. South Bend has a record of 33-22. They are in first place in the Eastern Division first half standings, leading Fort Wayne by 2 games. Lansing is 3.5 back. The Kernels trail the front-running Wisconsin Timber Rattlers by 8 games in the Western Division first half standings, but the Kernels just took 3 of 4 from the Timber Rattlers to conclude our 8-game homestand. A.J. Shappy, S-H-A-P-P-I, a 6-4 winner over the Kernels. His last time out, Memorial Day. Dusting off home plate is the plate umpire Grant Menke, and we're set for baseball. Shappy is not a particularly tall fella. They list him at 6'2", 200 pounds. He's from Anaheim, the home city of our parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Alexi Casilla will lead it off here in the top of the first inning. Alexi, a switch hitter, is batting left, and the game's first pitch is low for ball 1. Way in on the grass at third for South Bend is Augustine Murillo. Murillo is way in on the grass, and ball 2 is low to Alexi Casilla. Augustine Murillo at third, Mark Reynolds the shortstop, Emilio Bonifácio at second, and Javier Brito at first for South Bend. Here's a line shot into right. Carlos González won't get it. It's by him and to the wall. Alexi Casilla is hoofing it towards second, and he stops there with a leadoff double. Alexi Casilla hit a rocket into right center. Carlos González on the run could not get it, and Alexi has started himself a new hitting streak. He drills a double into the right center field alley for his 4th double of the season. Alexi Casilla was 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored in the first inning last night. Casilla's aboard at second, with nobody out, and the batter is Sean Rodriguez. Sean's hitting .250, and he'll try to bring home Alexi Casilla, or at least get him to third base. A breaking pitch low and away from A.J. Shappy. This fella's numbers are outstanding. 8 wins in 11 starts, only 1 loss, 2 complete games, and an ERA of 2.76 for A.J. Shappy. Rodriguez, a .250 batter, takes a strike at the knees, a fastball. Jerome Millens in left for the Silverhawks, Josh Buhager in center, and Carlos González in right. Sean Rodriguez, 1 for 3, walked in the first inning last night in the Colonel 2-0 win at home over Wisconsin. Waits for the 1-1 from the right-hander. Swing and a miss on a changeup, strike 2. The scoreboard here at Kovalevsky Stadium is way high above the left center field wall. There is a steep grass slope seating berm above the left field and the right field walls. Several dozen people on the grass slope seating berm above the left field wall, nobody above the right field wall. Sean Rodriguez on a 1-2 delivery pops it foul down the right field line. Out of play it goes. Alexi Casilla with a leadoff double, and he's at second for Sean Rodriguez here in the top of the first inning. Shappy has pitched 75 innings and allowed 71 hits. He is not a strikeout pitcher. He's fanned 41 in 75 innings, but only walked 11. There's strike 3 called on the inside corner to Sean Rodriguez. Sean looks skyward to the heavens as if to say, "You got to be kidding me," Grant Menke, the plate umpire, but Grant rung him up, and now they'll take a base hit from either Freddy Sandoval or Aaron Peel if the Kernels are to score here in the top of the first inning. That's how good a pitcher A.J. Shappy is. He can get the strikeout when he needs it, and again, he's only walked 11 batters in 71 innings. Freddy Sandoval is a 267 batter, switch hitter batting left, and a fastball just misses low for ball 1. Kovalevsky Stadium, it started the revolutionary stadium building boom across the country when it was built back in '87. And it still is a terrific facility. They're drawing much better now than they did the last couple of seasons. Ball 2 just misses inside apparently, and Freddy Sandoval is ahead 2-0. There is no grandstand roof here. There are 15 rows of green box seats that are behind home plate and extend out to the end of the dugout, and then aluminum back bleachers down the lines. Casilla dancing off the bag at second, and so A.J. Shappy, the right-hander, steps off. The Arizona Diamondbacks took this 8-game winner in the 9th round of last year's draft out of California, Riverside. Freddy Sandoval, a switch hitter, batting left with a slightly open stance. Looks at the next one low, ball 3. 3-0 to Freddy Sandoval. He steps out. Above the 12-foot-high green padded wall in center, 405 feet away, is a 20-foot-high dark green wooden board. So you can see pitches well here. A strike at the knees to Freddy. He was about ready to discard his bat towards the Colonel third base dugout, but the plate umpire, Grant Menke, said strike one. We're just underway. Alexi Casilla at second. One out. Top of the first inning. The South Bend right-hander comes set at the letters. The 3-1 to Freddy is corked on the ground to second. Big hop for Emilio Bonifácio, who throws out Sandoval. So that ground ball to the right side comes one out too late for the Kernels. On to third goes Alexi Casilla. He's there with 2 out. And Aaron Peel will have a 2-out RBI chance here in the top of the first inning. Freddy Sandoval hit it fairly hard on 2 hops to the second baseman, who threw him out. A.J. Shappy has surrendered 4 home runs in 75 innings pitched. And in his last start against us, Memorial Day, he went 7 innings, yielding 4 runs on 8 hits. Struck out 3, walked 2. He was a 6-4 winner. Aaron Peel slices a curveball foul into the first base seat. It lands on top of one of the suites to our right. They've done a lot of work here at the Cove. That's what they call Stanley Kovalevsky Stadium, the Cove. They've added a picnic deck in right field. It's above the grass slope seating berm, and it's just inside the right field foul pole. A curve is grounded to second. That'll end the inning. Bonifácio flips to first. The Colonels waste a leadoff double from Alexi Casilla as Rodriguez struck out looking, and Sandoval and Peel both grounded out to second. No runs in the first for the Colonels. 1 hit. There were no Silverhawk errors, and the Colonels leave 1 man aboard. After 1/2 inning, the 8-game road trip is underway. Colonels nothing, South Bend coming up. And you're listening to Colonel Baseball here in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
Looking for great tires and a great deal? Stop in now through June 4th while all Goodyear Eagles are on sale. Plus, buy 4 selected Goodyear tires and get up to a $60 mail-in rebate. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR or visit a participating Goodyear retailer for complete details. And be sure to check out the latest innovation for SUVs and light trucks, the new Forterra featuring silent armor technology. Goodyear, the official tire supplier of NASCAR. Stop in and get your Goodyears today. NASCAR is a registered trademark of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing Incorporated.
Let's set the Colonels for you defensively in the bottom of the first inning. No score. In left field this evening, Aaron Peel. Richard Giannotti, who slugged his first home run of the season last night in the Colonel 2-0 win over Wisconsin at home, is in center. Warner Madrigal in right. At the hot corner, Freddy Sandoval. Sean Rodriguez at short. Alexi Casilla, who led off the first inning with a double, is at second, and Big Chris Walston at first. A battery of Carl Jelena and Tommy Duenas. Emilio Bonifácio hitting .260. Switch hitter, batting left-handed. Loops one to short. Leaping effort by Sean Rodriguez. It's off his glove and trickles into left field for a base hit. Emilio Bonifácio laced the first pitch from Carl Jelena just over the outstretched leaping effort of Sean Rodriguez at short into left for a base hit. Bonifácio had 5 hits and 17 at-bats in the recently concluded series between our two ball clubs at Veterans Memorial Stadium, and he's 1 for 1 tonight. Bonifácio will likely be running. He is second in the league with 22 steals. He has been caught 9 times. Emilio Bonifácio not running, and Jerome Millens takes low, ball 1. The Kernels had a leadoff double from Alexi Casilla in the top of this first inning, but Alexi was stranded at third base with 2 out. Jerome Millens is a right-handed batter, hitting .272, 3 homers, 32 runs driven in. Strike 1 called on the outside corner from the Colonel right-hander, Jelena. South Bend is in their home white uniforms with black pinstripes, gold numbers, and black hats and black socks. The Colonels are in their gray uniforms with navy blue caps, all navy blue caps this evening for the Colonels. The runner at first is going. A pitch low and away, a ball. The throw to second, not nearly in time. And so the Silverhawks have the same scoring opportunity the Colonels let fall by the wayside in their first inning, a single and a stolen base. Ball 2 was low and away to Jerome Millens, and Bonifácio has his 23rd stolen base of the season. He's been caught 9 times. He's second in the league in that department. Jerome Millens took a pitch low and away for ball 2 from Carl Jelena, Gelinas. Swing and a miss on a fastball below the knees, and Jerome Millens is even on the count now, 2-2. I want to correct myself. It's Jeremy Millens, Jereme, Jeremy Millens, the right-handed batter for South Bend. Emilio Bonifácio, with his front of his home uniform covered in dirt, leads away from second. And down on strikes, I think, goes the batter. A swing and a miss. Tommy Duenas has to throw to first to complete the strikeout of Jeremy Millens. Millens went fishing for a changeup in the dirt from Carl Jelena and didn't get it. Now it'll take a base hit from one of the best hitters in the league, Agustin Murillo, or the cleanup batter, Carlos Gonzalez, if South Bend is to strike for the game's first run. We'll be back at home from this 8-game road trip on Monday, June 13th, to start a 7-game homestand that'll take us right up to the All-Star break. Agustin Murillo, a right-handed hitter, looks at a pitch just outside. From Carl Jelena, 21-year-old, he went to school in Oklahoma, in Miami, Oklahoma, at Northeast Oklahoma A&M. He's from Quebec, Canada. His father pitched in the Pittsburgh Pirate organization. A high foul off to the right evens the count to Agustin Murillo, 1-1. Agustin Murillo played here last year. He's from Tijuana, Mexico, and he's 23 years old. And he had 6 hits in 16 at-bats against us this past weekend in the 4-game series between our two clubs. Turning and throwing in behind the runner at second is Carl Jelena, and the Colonels nearly picked off Emilio Bonifácio. Alexi Casilla snuck in behind him, and they almost had him. Bonifácio at second, 1 away in the South Bend, bottom of the first inning. A curveball's a dandy, and it's strike 2 called to Agustin Murillo. Carl Jelena, not a power pitcher. He's 1-2 and lost 3. He has fanned 18 batters in 44 innings. Just recorded a big strikeout of Jeremy Millens here in the first inning. The 1-2 to Agustin Murillo. A curve, and it just missed low for ball 2. Murillo leads the league in hits. He has 71 hits in 55 games. He scored a league-high 44 runs in 55 games. 10 homers, second in the league. 39 runs driven in, first in the league, and he's batting .336, fourth in the league. He lays off a pitch over but low, ball 3 to Agustin Murillo. Last year as a Silverhawk, he played in 101 games, batted .263, 4 homers, 38 RBIs. Bonifácio leads away from second. Jelena turns and throws behind the runner again, and No tag this time from Alexi Casilla. It's overcast here in South Bend. The temperature is 81 degrees. The lights are on, and a light breeze is blowing out from the Silverhawk first base dugout towards the left field foul pole. The payoff pitch. A curve, and it's bounced to first. Chris Walston underhands to Jelena covering, and Augustine Murillo's retired on a chopper to first baseman, Chris Walston. Walston had to wait for what seemed like an eternity for that ball to nestle into his glove, and then he hit Carl Jelena on the run with an underhand scoop, and Augustine Murillo is out 3-1, 2 away here in the first inning. The batter, Carlos Gonzalez. Of all the fellas in the South Bend order, and they're hitting a league-high 279, this is the guy that impresses me the most, left-handed hitting, Carlos Gonzalez. He's batting .282, 5 homers, 37 RBIs, straightaway stance from the left side for the cleanup batter from Venezuela. A pitch on the inside edge from Carl Jelena, strike one. Carlos Gonzalez, no wonder he impressed me. He was 6 for 14, including a 2-run homer in the recently concluded series between our two ball clubs. A changeup just missed low, and Carlos Gonzalez held up apparently in time. The Colonel catcher, Tommy Duenas, asked for the opinion of the base umpire, Victor Carapazza, and Carapazza said Gonzalez didn't go around. Carlos has 60 hits. That's tied for 4th highest total in the league. Fastball cuts on the inside edge for strike two. Carl Jelena is 1 out and 1 strike away from pitching out of a runner at second, nobody out jam here in the bottom of the first, no score. The next pitch. Hit fair into the right field corner, and it's 1-0 Silverhawks. Carlos Gonzalez, the man that impresses me most in the Silverhawk lineup, slides into second ahead of the throw by Warner Madrigal, and it's 1-0 South Bend here in the first inning. Yeah, that guy, he's a good player, Carlos Gonzalez. That's his 7th hit against the Kernels in 15 at-bats. And he makes it 1-0 Silverhawks with a 2-out double here in the first inning. Carlos Gonzalez ripped one fair down the right field line. It was only fair by 1.5 feet, and Warner Madrigal made a strong throw into second, but not in time to get Carlos Gonzalez. And it's 1-0 Silverhawks here in the bottom of the first inning. A 2-out double on a 2-strike pitch from Carl Jelena. Javier Brito takes low and away from the right-hander, ball one. Brito is 5th in the league in hitting with a .331 average, 4 homers, 22 RBIs. There's a reason South Bend is one of the best clubs in the league, and they just showed one of them. They got a 2-out, 2-strike hit from their cleanup batter to make it 1-0. I mean, he hit it hard between Chris Walston at first and the right field line for a 2-out RBI double. Javier Brito's a right-handed hitter. Stands straight up at the plate, uses a black lacquer bat, and rolls one to short. Freddy Sandoval vacuums it up and throws the batter out to end the inning. Javier Brito grounds out to third, and South Bend gets a big 2-out, 2-strike RBI double from their cleanup batter to take the lead here in the top or bottom of the first inning. 1 run on 2 hits for the Silverhawks, no Colonel errors, and South Bend leaves a runner aboard. We're through 1 inning at Kovaleski Stadium on this Saturday evening. South Bend, the leaders of the East, 1, the Kernels 0. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was a news anchor for Channel 2. You may also have seen me driving around Cedar Rapids in my Honda Accord. Well, I retired from broadcasting, but I haven't given up my Honda. For years, I've told friends they should consider owning a Honda, specifically from Randy Keel Honda. Randy is a local dealer with 13 years of experience in matching drivers to the right vehicle. He has a fine selection of new Hondas, as well as quality pre-owned vehicles. And more than just a reliable service department, Randy Keel Honda offers Honfidence, a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle sold. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. And you can do more homework by logging on to Randy's website at www.randykeel.com. I'm a satisfied Honda owner, and I'm sure you will be too. See Randy Keel Honda today on Center Point Road Northeast.
Shop EdwinWatts.com for all your golfing needs. Since 1968, Edwin Watts Golf has provided golfers worldwide with outstanding service, cutting-edge products, and amazing deals. With our great selection of golf's best brands, you won't want to shop anywhere else. At EdwinWatts.com, you'll find the best golf equipment to improve your game and expert sales consultants who are eager to help. Visit us online at EdwinWatts.com today. Edwin Watts Golf, golf's most trusted retailer.
Kernels got a leadoff double from Alexi Casilla in the first inning, but couldn't score him. South Bend had a runner at second with nobody out in the first inning. They got him home on a 2-strike, 2-out double from their cleanup batter, 1-0 Silverhawks. Drew Toussaint was lifted for a pinch hitter after his first at-bat in last night's Kernel 2-0 win at home. Drew, a right-handed batter, will lead it off against A.J. Sheppy, 8-1 on the year. Toussaint is hitting .294. 4 homers, 17 RBIs, and he lifts the first pitch foul away to the right, strike one. We're back at home on Monday, June 13th. Monday, June 13th, we're back at home. For the first of 3 against Burlington, Toussaint's in the hole 0-2 as he cues one foul off the end of his white ash bat towards the railing of the Silverhawk first base dugout. 1-0 South Bend. Their outfield plays Drew straight away. Drew Toussaint last year with Provo hit .289, socked 12 homers in 55 games, and drove in 52 runs to help the Provo Angels to the Pioneer League title. A.J. Sheppy's ahead of him 0-2 here in the second inning. We're in downtown South Bend. There were no advertising panels or billboards on the dark green padded wall of the outfield here. The advertising is high above the outfield wall, above the steep grass slope seating berms, and there are 16 boards that advertise companies. Ball one high to Drew Toussaint, and now he takes a curve outside. Drew Toussaint is even on the count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The next pitch is a curve, and Toussaint fouls it straight back over our heads. Above us is a revolutionary concept. It was in 1987 when this ballpark was built. A restaurant or a banquet facility, if you will, right above us, and it's a beautiful view from up there, and it's plexiglass. You can look right down over the diamond as you watch the action. Drew Toussaint pelts one deep into right center, and on the run, the right fielder has it. A good running catch by Carlos Gonzalez. Toussaint gave it a ride. Gonzalez had to go a long, long way to his right, and in deep right center field, he made a running catch to take an extra base hit away from Drew Toussaint. The Silverhawks are a good defensive ball club. They've made 62 errors in 55 games. The Kernels, on the other side of the coin, have been charged with 80 errors in 55 games. One away for Tommy Duenas here in the Kernel second inning. Tommy pops one high in the air foul over to the first base seat, strike one. Duenas hitting .206. 1 homer on the year for Tommy, 9 RBIs. Tommy Duenas in his third year as a Colonel, 5'11", 205, from Florida International University. 16th round pick by the Angels in 2002. A breaking pitch just misses away, ball one to the Colonel catcher batting 6th in the Allen Motor Company order. Tommy Duenas, right-handed batter, straightaway stance, stands very close to the plate, and bounces one to short on 2 hops. Easy for Mark Reynolds, who throws out Tommy Duenas for the second out here in the second inning. It's a pleasure to watch an artist like A.J. Sheppy fill the canvas with ground balls and pop-ups and fly balls. He's not a power pitcher, yet he leads the Midwest League with 8 wins. He's only lost 1 time. He's retired the first 2 Kernels here in the top of the second inning. Warner Madrigal now bats. Warner's hitting .223, tied with Aaron Peel for the team lead in home runs with 7. Madrigal has 18 runs driven in. Strike one called at the knees to Warner Madrigal. The Kernels as a team are hitting .242. South Bend as a team is hitting .279. A.J. Sheppy paints the outside corner at the knees. Madrigal turns his back and backs out of the batter's box to show his displeasure of the call by the plate umpire Grant Menke. Madrigal last night was 0-for-2 with a walk. He grounds one to first. It's a fair ball behind the base, gloved by big Javier Brito, and he makes a good toss to the pitcher covering to end the inning. Warner Madrigal hit it sharply down the first baseline, and it took a good play to his left, hugging the line by Javier Brito to glove it, and then Brito from a good 15 feet behind the bag in foul ground shoveled it to the pitcher covering to end the Kernels' second inning. Kernels go in order in the top of the second, and after an inning and a half in Gold Dome country, South Bend 1, the Kernels 0. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Mike and Mike in the Morning's Just Shut Up Award is about more than merely pointing out stupidity.
It's about the Bill of Rights and basic cable, car waiting, and free trips to the salad bar. It's about everything that makes this country great.
Yes, it's about freedom. Freedom for people to say something completely moronic.
Shut up!
And it's also about the freedom for you to tell that person to just shut up. So exercise that freedom. Tuesday mornings with Mike and Mike in the Morning on ESPN Radio.
All roads lead to the Cedar Rapids Museum of Art for the spectacular exhibit of more than 200 treasures from ancient Rome. Art in Roman life, villa to grave, is installed in a stunning setting that emulates a Roman villa. Decorated with precious art and artifacts, many of these works are on display for the first time since their discovery. Step back 2,000 years to experience the world as seen through the eyes of the Romans.
Art in Roman life, villa to grave, now at the Cedar Rapids Museum of Art.
When it comes to retirement planning, think big. Think about an individual retirement account from Farm Bureau Financial Services. Call Mike Fetkesser in Cedar Rapids to find out how an IRA can allow you to defer taxes until you retire. You have big plans for retirement. To help you get there, think Farm Bureau Financial Services and call Mike Fetkesser in Cedar Rapids. Farm Bureau Financial Services, more than you think. Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, West Des Moines, Iowa.
Alan Mottram with a pronounced open stance. His front foot, in fact, is on the chalk line of the batter's box, and he takes a fastball for a strike from Carl Jelena. Alan Mottram, 10th in the league with a .313 average, right-handed batter. The next pitch from Jelena is a curve low and away. Alan is tied for 4th in the league with 17 doubles. He's belted 9 home runs, driven in 28. This is a very good South Bend ball club. Ball 2 just misses low to the right-handed batter, Alan Mottram. Mottram's from UMass Lowell. That's the same school that produced former Kernel infielder John Cahill. Mottram rips one into deep left. Back goes Aaron Peel. He's there and has it. Alan Mottram got good wood on it and swatted it on a line into left, where Aaron Peel retreated a couple of steps and gathered it in. One away in the Silverhawks second, 1-0 South Bend. The batter is Mark Reynolds. Reynolds, the shortstop, hitting .244. He has 4 home runs and 23 runs driven in. Mark Reynolds is from the University of Virginia, taken in the 16th round by Arizona last June, and ball 1 is high from the Kernel right-hander. Carl Jelena in 44 innings this season, 7 starts, has given up 55 hits in 44 innings, fanned 18, walked only 7. He paints the outside edge with a fastball, and that evens the count 1-1 to Mark Reynolds. South Bend leads the league with a .279 batting average. They've also belted the most home runs. They have socked 46 home runs in 55 games to lead the league. They're 12th of 14 teams in stolen bases. They have 40 steals. Emilio Bonifácio, their leadoff batter, has 23 of those 40. Strike 2 called on a 2-1 pitch from Carl Jelena. The outfield plays Mark Reynolds straight away. He bats 7th in skipper Mark Haley's lineup. A 2-2 changeup is in the dirt, and the count full now to Mark Reynolds. 1-0 Silverhawks. They scored a run in the first, a leadoff single by their leadoff hitter, who stole second. Went to third on a 2-out ground out by Augustine Murillo and scored on a 2-out 2-strike base hit down the line and right by Carlos Gonzalez. You may have heard the thud. That's because Mark Reynolds fouled a 3-2 pitch to the base of the backstop. Count remains full to Mark Reynolds. Carl's next pitch is lifted foul over the first base Silverhawk dugout. Mark Reynolds played with Yakima in his rookie year of ball last year in the Northwest League, batted .274, hit 12 home runs for the Yakima Bears. That's a good total. He reaches out and fouls another one straight back, and the count remains full to Mark Reynolds. Here at home, South Bend has won 15 of 24 games. They're 15-9 at Coveleski Stadium. Strike three called on the inside corner. Mark Reynolds was on his way to first, but the plate umpire said, "Not so fast, my friend." Grant Menke rings up Mark Reynolds for the second out here in the Silverhawks' second inning. Carl Jelena made not one, not two, not three, but four good 3-2 pitches, and he finally gets Mark Reynolds with a fastball on the inside edge for the second out here in the second inning. That brings in Wilkin Castillo, a switch-hitting catcher. He skips out of the way, a ball one low and in. Wilkin Castillo had 4 hits in 15 at-bats against us this past weekend, Memorial Day weekend. A strike call to the switch-hitting catcher, 20 years old, from the Dominican Republic. Now he fouls one back to the screen and is in the hole 1-2. Carl Jelena trying to retire the side in order here in the second inning. South Bend won in Dayton last night, 8-4. They beat the Dayton Dragons. The Kernels beat Wisconsin 2-0. A high fly ball lifted into shallow right. Alexi Casilla goes out, but he's called off by Warner Madrigal, who trots in to make the play. Wilkin Castillo flies to shallow right, and what a terrific second inning for starter Carl Jelena. He set the side down in order. Kernels come to bat in the top of the third in South Bend, trailing the Silverhawks 1-0. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
When we met at spaghetti, we would never forget the Ojanos. Now it's where mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch and the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini, or try their delicious salads and sub sandwiches too. The Ojanos is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember the Ojanos with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
I live for you, I feed your cats, I fold your undies at the laundromat, unless you want me to have them dry. I get paid for that. I'll work things out, spend and fat. I'll save my soul back before I meet your dad. I'll wear a turtleneck to strategically hide my tattoos if I can. I'm quitting the band, I'm waving your hand. I'm giving you all my time, but this Dr. Pepper is mine, Rich taste, forget it. This Dr. Pepper is mine. One taste and you get it. I'll shop with you, always be true. But I'll never share my Dr. Pepper with you. Sorry. This Dr. Pepper is mine. One taste and you get it. So rich. This Dr. Pepper is mine. Most refreshing taste, drinking by the case. This Dr. Pepper is mine. Isn't even a word.
We go to the third inning at Coveleski Stadium, where the South Bend Silverhawks, Eastern Division leaders, are on top 1-0. Part of our 7-game homestand, which starts Monday the 13th of June, includes Hawkeye Day. It's the Iowa City and Coralville night. On Wednesday, June 15th, the Kernels will be wearing Hawkeye jerseys that you can bid on in a silent auction process throughout the game. That's Wednesday, June 15th. We play at home, a 7 o'clock start. And it's Buck a Cup night, too. That means you can get a soda, a bottled water, or a 12-ounce beer for just $1. Buck a Cup Wednesday. The next one is part of our upcoming 7-game homestand to wrap up the season's first half, Wednesday, June 15th. The Kernels will be wearing one-time edition gold Hawkeye jerseys. Chris Walston swings and tips a curveball foul towards first base, strike one. Walston in 18 games, still trying to get on track. The big guy hitting 183, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Chris Walston is 6'6", 245, and he's only 20 years old. The Angels took him in the 6th round, 2002, out of the high school ranks of San Diego, California. A breaking pitch outside, and it's 1-1 now to Chris Walston. Walston chops one foul towards Bobby Magallanes, coaching at third. We're in downtown South Bend. You can see a couple of, I wouldn't call them skyscrapers, but they're the tallest buildings in South Bend beyond the left center field wall. Chris Walston cues one foul off the end of his bat and rattles it into the railing of the Silverhawk first base dugout. We have a big crowd here tonight. Probably over 3,500. Tomorrow, 1:10, South Slope Communications Triple Play show time. Swing and a miss by Chris Walston on a curveball, the second strikeout for eight-game winner A.J. Shappy. That brings in Richard Giannotti. Richard belted his first home run of the season last night. Colonel broadcast assistant Julia Jansen had the thrill of calling it. It came in the 3rd inning. Richard leading off the 3rd against lefty Casey Abrams of Wisconsin and hit his first home run. Richard batting .243, a switch hitter out of the University of Miami, and he takes high and away ball 1. Giannotti with 9 RBIs. He's batting left-handed. 1 out, nobody on, 3rd inning, 1-0 Silverhawks. Richard hits one a mile high to the shortstop. Mark Reynolds drifts back into left center and waits to make the catch. 2 gone in the Colonel 3rd inning, and that is now 8 in a row set down by 8-game winner A.J. Shappy. He just makes it look easy. He makes it look so easy. He's only struck out 2 batters in the first 2 2/3, but he's retired 8 in a row. The first man in the Colonel order is the only one to reach against him. Alexi Casilla hammered a leadoff double into the right center field alley, but was stranded at third to end the Colonel first inning. Casilla batting .271 in 18 games. A changeup drops in for a strike to Alexi. A.J. Shappy wears his black socks up high. Silverhawks in white home uniforms with gold lettering across the front, gold numbers on the back. And cueing one foul to the feet of the on-deck hitter, Sean Rodriguez, is Alexi Casilla. And Shappy's ahead once again of a Colonel hitter, no balls, 2 strikes. It's amazing when you get ahead of guys 0-2 how the percentages are in your favor of getting them out. Alexi down on strikes on a changeup in the dirt. The catcher, Castillo, has to throw to first to make it official, the 3rd strikeout of the evening for the South Bend 8-game winner, A.J. Shappy. He's making it look so easy. After 2.5, South Bend leads the Colonels 1-0. You're enjoying Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' newest full-service landscaping center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving eastern Iowa wholesalers for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road behind Guppy's on the Go. Along with their garden center and brand new floral shop, Cedar Rapids Greenhouses offers a full selection of landscaping products and services. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home improvement efforts. They will work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. If you want to do it yourself, walk through their expansive 4-acre in-town location and choose from a wide variety of trees, shrubs, or blooming plants. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has a full line of annuals, perennials, and a variety of magnolias, maples, and lilacs. For the highest quality and wholesale prices, see the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's newest garden center, floral shop, and full-service landscapers. Corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Roads Northwest.
Well, I'll tell you, there was nothing like seeing Touchdown Jesus looking down on the stadium, right?
You know, walking through the tunnel in the Coliseum is something you never forget playing for USC, especially against a team like
the roar of the crowd when you enter the horseshoe for the first time is something I'll never forget.
Mike Golick,
Sean Salisbury,
Kirk Herbstreit,
defensive end,
quarterback,
Notre Dame, class of 85,
Southern Cal, 1986,
Ohio State, 1992.
Now, they're all on our team. The College Football Experience on ESPN Radio.
One of the most zany, unpredictable, funny entertainers will be on hand at Veterans Memorial Stadium Friday, June 17th. Reggie will be there to entertain you. We got all sorts of great feedback about the crazy antics, the funny performance that had everybody laughing and grinning the entire evening on our last homestand. Bird Zurich. Well, wait till you see Reggie. He'll be there Friday, June 17th at Veterans Memorial Stadium. A 7 o'clock start. We'll be welcoming in the community of Marengo, and it'll be a Girl Scout campover. Strike one to the batter. Now he clubs one to second, and the batter, Josh Buhager, is thrown out by Alexi Casilla. That's 5 in a row retired by Colonel starter Carl Jelena. Josh Buhager, playing in his 6th game as a Silverhawk, a left-handed batter, is bounced out to second to start the Silverhawk 3rd inning. They lead it 1-0. The only run in this game so far scored by this leadoff hitter, Emilio Bonifácio, who takes just outside for ball 1. Bonifácio stole his team-high 23rd base of the season in the 1st inning and scored on a 2-out double by Carlos González. He chops one to first. Chris Walston was playing in on the grass, and Chris lumbers towards first base and steps on the bag ahead of Bonifácio, and there are 2 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-0 South Bend. Jeremy Millens, who struck out in the 1st, will bat with 2 gone and nobody on for South Bend. Again, Reggie will be entertaining at Veterans Memorial Stadium. He's a mascot, and he'll have you rolling in the aisles with laughter on Friday night, June 17th. It's Marengo night and the Girl Scout campover Friday, June 17th. Reggie will be at the stadium. A curve is a strike to the batter, Jeremy Millens, and now he pokes one foul into the right field corner. Strike 2 to the right-handed batter. Millens hit a devastating home run against the Kernels, T.J. Stanton, Sunday. At home, it completed a 6-run comeback by the Silverhawks. They erased a 5-1 Kernel lead in the 9th inning. We have an ominous sign here at Kovaleski Stadium. The wind is really picked up, and it's blowing dust from the warning track material in front of the South Bend first base dugout towards the stands as Carl Jelena delivers a changeup in the dirt for ball 2 to the batter. The wind has really picked up. It's whipping the flag from right to left down the left field line. Hopefully nothing bad coming our way. Jelena into his windup. The pitch is grounded up the middle for a base hit. A hard hit ball on the ground by Jeremy Millens, a 2-out single. And now the guys that can really hurt you come up, starting with Augustine Murillo. Yeah, the middle of this order, Murillo, Gonzalez, and Brito, I think is the best hitting heart of an order in the Midwest League. All 3 of these guys can flat out hit. Augustine Murillo, 4th in the league with a .336 average, was retired Chris Walston to Jelena, the pitcher, covering in the 1st inning. Jeremy Millens has 2 steals and 3 tries. He draws a throw, and he's back safely. We'll bring you the State Farm Major League scoreboard here in the top or bottom of the 3rd inning with South Bend leading 1-0. It's brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Jerry Schubat. Al Shetler, Lanny Peterson, and Al Shetler. A bouncer to the 3rd base coaching box, and the manager, Mark Haley, picks it up and tosses it into the stand. Strike 1 to Augustine Murillo. State Farm Major League scoreboard. 3 finals today in the American League. A throw to first, and the runner dives back safely. At Fenway Park, our parent club, the Los Angeles Angels, trampled the Red Sox 13-6. An old-fashioned shootout at Kauffman Stadium, and the Rangers beat the Royals 14-9. The White Sox at U.S. Cellular Field won another 1-run game. They trimmed the Tribe 6-5 White Sox. Let's see if Jeremy Millens is running on this 0-1 pitch to Murillo. He draws a throw, and he dives back again, hand first. At Comerica Park, the Tigers in the top of the 5th lead Baltimore 7-3. And at the Metrodome, the Twins hold a 3-2 advantage over the Yankees. They're in the top of the 6th inning. Jelena's 0-1, a curve, and it's grounded. A diving stop behind third by Sandoval. The throw to first, off the glove of Chris Walston. A runner to third, Jeremy Millens, and he stops there. Oh, brother, what an effort by Freddy Sandoval at third. He backhanded a ground ball to his right, but then threw in the dirt, and it got by Chris Walston. It'll be, I'm going to guess by the hand signals being given by the official score, it's a base hit and a throwing error. A base hit and a throwing error have Silverhawk runners at first and third. Augustine Murillo with an infield single, grounded it down the third baseline. Freddy Sandoval dove to his right, backhanded it, threw it in the dirt, one hop, it flicked off the mid of Chris Walston. I'm very surprised that Jeremy Millens didn't score on the play. He stopped at third, and it's first and third, and look who's up again for South Bend. He's 7 for 15 against us this season, Carlos Gonzalez. Man, I like this guy. He can really hit. Ball one is low from Carl Jelena. So runners at the corners with 2 out here in the South Bend third as they threaten to add to their 1-0 lead. Carlos Gonzalez with his 12th double of the year on a 1-2 pitch in the first inning drove home Bonifacio. A pitch low, ball 2 from Carl Jelena. In the later tonight in the American League, the Blue Jays take on the A's in the Coliseum, and at Safeco Field, the Mariners tangle with Tampa Bay. 2-0 to the dangerous left-handed hitting cleanup batter, Carlos Gonzalez. A high deep drive to right. Coming on is Warner Madrigal. It drops for a base hit. I don't know if they lost that ball in the sky or what happened, but it's another RBI for who else? Carlos Gonzalez. And a 2-out rally by the Silverhawks has them leading 2-0. Augustine Murillo went to third as Jeremy Millen scored on the what turned out to be a little clunker into shallow right center. Carlos Gonzalez is now 8 for 16 against Colonel pitching. How's that for wearing out a pitching staff? He's 8 for 16, and he's driven in both Silverhawk runs. It was a high fly ball into shallow right center. Warner Madrigal came on like gangbusters, but just couldn't get there. It dropped, and it's 2-0 Silverhawks. They now again have runners at the corners for Javier Brito, who grounded out to third to end the first inning. 2-0 Silverhawks. Breaking pitch just low from Carl Jelena for a ball. In the National League this afternoon, a slugfest at Minute Maid Park, and the Redbirds prevailed 11-9, turning back Houston. At Shea Stadium, the Mets stomped San Francisco 5-1. There's a strike at the knees to the right-handed batter, Javier Brito. A final in Game 1 of a doubleheader at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. The Phillies bounced Arizona, the parent club of the South Bend Silverhawks, Philadelphia 10, Diamondbacks 6, Game 1 of a doubleheader. They're just underway in the nightcap. A throw to first by Jelena. Carlos Gonzalez dives back safely. National League, bottom of the 7th, the Braves and Pirates at PNC Park. No score. The Marlins and Nationals are tied 3-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning. That's at RFK Stadium in our nation's capital. Ball 2 is downstairs to Javier Brito. Kernels just can't get that last out here in the 3rd inning. Cincinnati's jumped ahead of the Rockies at Coors Field 4-0. They're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The 2-1 to Brito, instead a look to third and then a look to first by Carl Jelena. He's run into a buzzsaw here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 3 straight hits by the Silverhawks, all coming with 2 out. That's another hallmark of a winning team. Those 2-out hits just seem to come all the time. A bouncer over the hill, and Alexi Casilla backhands it, and then the momentum of his trot takes him right to second base, where he steps on the bag ahead of Carlos Gonzalez to end the inning. Carlos Gonzalez is forced on a ground ball off the bat of Javier Brito. It went 4 unassisted Alexi Casilla. 1 run in the 3rd on 3 2-out hits by the Silverhawks. There were no Colonel errors. South Bend leaves a pair. They've stranded 3. Elsewhere in the National League, completing our look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard, later tonight, the Cubs and Padres in San Diego, and it's the Dodgers hosting the Brewers. After 3 in South Bend, Kernels trail the Silverhawks 2-0. This is Kernel Baseball in the zone.
What should you do with your glass bottles and jars once they're empty? Recycle them, of course. After rinsing the containers out, put the lids in your blue recycling box. Then separate your clear glass from your colored glass and place them in a separate plastic container. Set your glass beside your blue recycling box for curbside collection. City crews will empty the containers and leave your buckets at the curb. Remember to help the earth by putting glass in the recycling and not in the garbage.
Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Lauer, and tomorrow night, the Discovery Channel and I want to find out who's your greatest American.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
George Washington. Who's done the most to shape your values and culture?
Oprah Winfrey.
Who inspired you and changed the way you live? Muhammad Ali. Now you get to vote and decide in Greatest American, a 4-part series on the Discovery Channel, hosted by me, Matt Lauer.
For the people, by the people.
Greatest American, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, only on the Discovery Channel.
I'm thrilled my husband is such a do-it-yourselfer. But some things are better left to professionals. We learned that the hard way after a recent termite problem. Oh, it turns out household pests can cause major property damage and contribute to serious health problems. Now I trust a pest professional to keep our home pest-free. With my home and family, I don't take risks. And in the long run, we even save money, too. Oh, honey!
Visit pestworld.org to find a qualified pest professional today.
4th inning, and Sean Rodriguez will try to be the first Colonel to reach since Alexi Casilla's double leading off this game. 2-0 Silverhawks, and ball one is downstairs to the Colonel shortstop, who's second in the league with 40 runs scored. Sean Rodriguez. The third baseman, Augustine Murillo, plays even with the bag and 10 feet off the line at third as a strike is delivered at the knees to Sean Rodriguez. Sean batting an even .250, couple of home runs, 11 RBIs, 11 doubles, and a team-high 14 stolen bases. The Colonels lead the league in steals, 70 stolen bases in 55 games. Ball 2 taken outside. A.J. Shappy's next pitch is a check swing, and Sean went around for strike 2. Shappy has retired 9 Colonels in a row and enjoys a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Rodriguez bounces one foul off the Colonel third base dugout top into the seats. Another 2-2 offering. Swing and a miss on a slider low and away. That's the 4th strikeout for A.J. Shappy. Second time he's gotten Sean Rodriguez on strikes. Fireworks, 2 weeks from tonight. Saturday, June 18th, brought to you by Commercial Federal Bank. It's Anamosa night at the ballpark, and it's spectacular fireworks following the Kernels and the Clinton Lumber Kings. 2 weeks from tonight, Saturday, June 18th. Those fireworks brought to you by Commercial Federal Bank. Freddy Sandoval pumps the first pitch over the backstop for strike 1. Freddy grounded out to second in the first inning. Colonels had a great chance to take the lead in this game in the first. Alexi Casilla, a leadoff double, but they haven't had a runner since. Strike 2 on the inside corner to Freddy Sandoval. A.J. Shappy is making it look very, very easy. The 0-2 to Freddy. Low and in, a breaking pitch. The Colonels have really struggled offensively on the road this season. On the road, we've won 10 of 27 games. We're hitting .214 as a ball club on the road. You're not going to win many hitting .214 as a team, and that's what the Colonels are doing on the road this season. Freddy Sandoval stays alive by rolling one foul towards the first base Silverhawk dugout. One of the improvements they've made to Kovaleski Stadium, besides adding the picnic deck high above the grass slope seating berm and right, they have a video board as part of their scoreboard. Freddy Sandoval tried to hold up on a pitch in the dirt, and Victor Carapazza says, "You're out." Victor Carapazza showing Freddy Sandoval up with an emphatic out call. He's standing 40 feet behind first base, but he got a thrill out of calling Freddy Sandoval out on strikes. And that is now 11 in a row retired by the 8-game winner, A.J. Shappy. He's doing something he ordinarily doesn't do. He has struck out 5 Colonels in 3 2/3 innings. Let's see if Aaron Peel can reach against him with 2 outs here in the 4th. Ball 1 is high from the right-hander. Well, if you believe pitching is about deception and keeping the batter off stride, then you would want a stake in the future of this right-hander, A.J. Shappy. He does just that. Aaron Peel fouls one over the backstop for strike 1. Peel, 7th in the league with a .321 average. He ended the Colonel first by grounding out to second. Nobody on, 2 out, Colonel 4th inning, 2-0 Silverhawks. Here's a solid smash into left for a base hit. Aaron Peel is at first with 2 away. As he ripped one to the right of the shortstop, Mark Reynolds, Jeremy Millens gets it back in. And Aaron Peel is the first Colonel base runner since Alexi Casilla's leadoff double to start this game. A 2-out base hit ripped into left by Peel snaps the string of 11 in a row retired by A.J. Shappy. He's given up 4 home runs in 11 starts. Drew Toussaint takes a strike at the knees, a throw to first by catcher Wilkin Castillo, and Aaron Peel dives back in head first. As you look over the left field wall, high above the grass slope seating berm and the advertising panels down the left field line, there's a brick church. A little nubber easy play for first baseman Javier Brito. He picks it up, and the slow roller is an unassisted putout at first for Javier Brito. Man, this A.J. Shappy can make you look bad at the plate. Toussaint took a real big cut, and the ball just rolled off the end of his bat weakly towards first base, where the first baseman picked it up and tagged the base to end the inning. No runs for the Kernels in the 4th, a 2-out single by Peel, the Kernels' second hit of the night, and there were no Silverhawk errors. The Kernels leave a runner aboard, their second man stranded of this game. Carl Jelena back to the hill, and after 3.5, South Bend 2, the Kernels nothing. You're tuned to Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM. The Guide, your entertainment starting point. And your Coca-Cola Bottling Company invite you to choose the best lunch spot in CR. And the challengers are Brick's Bar and Grill, Cabo Sports Bar and Grill, the Cedar Brewing Company, Chappie's Safari Lounge, the Chrome Horse Flophouse and Saloon, Chuck and Dale's Bar and Grill, CJ's Sports Bar and Grill, Cocktails and Company, Moose McDuffie's, Third on First Sports Bar and Grill, Tornado's Grub and Pub, and the 33rd Avenue Sports Bar and Grill in Zaza's Clarion Hotel. Eat, then vote for your favorite establishment, and you could win a trip to Vegas on Allegiant Air. Your official entry form is in the Guide. Look for details in your mail or the Wednesday Gazette. Complete rules online at thezone1600.com. Join the Zone and the Guide on our 2005 Bar and Grill Tour, presented by your Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Because a man's gotta eat, don't he?
KCRG TV9 gives you more local news from around eastern Iowa. The important news of the day from where you live. And you get more live news from the scene of breaking stories, bringing you the news as it happens. Plus, with news updates on the hour and more local newscasts throughout your day, 7 days a week, you get more depth, more detail, more complete story coverage. More news, more often, from KCRG TV9 News.
The eyes of Alan Mottram, the designated hitter. He'll lead off here in the 4th inning. And a strike in from Carl Jelena. Mottram flew out to left, leading off the 2nd inning. He's leading off the 4th with his pronounced open stance from the right side. Allen grounds one up the middle. Backhanded by Casilla. Off-balance throw. Out at first base. A big league play by Alexi Casilla. A big league play by Alexi Casilla robs Alan Mottram of a sure leadoff single here in the 4th inning. I mean, Alexi Casilla covered a lot of ground going to his left. He backhanded the ground ball up the middle, threw off balance from the left field side of second base. A one-hopper, and Chris Walston was there to glove it, and a sensational play by Alexi Casilla. I mean, some of the home-standing crowd here recognized what an outstanding play that was by Alexi Casilla, and he got a pretty good round of applause. A high, deep drive belted down the line and left. Aaron Peel can't find it. It may be a home run. It's a fair ball, and it's a home run. Nobody even saw it. A home run by, of all people, Mark Reynolds. And it's 3-0 Silverhawks. After a play like that, how can you give up a gopher ball? Oh, Mark Reynolds belts his 5th home run of the year. I never saw it. Aaron Peel looked skyward and left. He never saw it. All we did was look at the plate umpire, Grant Minke, who signaled fair, and then he twirled his index finger, and that means home run. That's the 6th home run surrendered by Carl Jelena, and this is 8th start of the year. And it's 3-0 Silverhawks here in the 4th inning. You can log on to our website to participate in our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge. It comes your way in the 5th inning. Ball one inside to switch-hitting Wilkin Castillo. 3-0 Silverhawks. Boy, they look like a first-place ball club. They just play with so much confidence, especially with an 8-game winner on the mound. You get an 8-game winner on the mound in the first half of the Midwest League, and you come to the clubhouse at home thinking, nothing to it tonight, we got to win. It's an automatic win with our 8-game winner on the mound. Castillo fouls one away to the right, and a mistimed leap at first base by Chris Walston, and the ball rockets over his head for a base hit. Chris Walston jumped too early on a line drive, and Wilkin Castillo is at first with a one-out single, and the hits are starting to mount for South Bend. They now have 6 hits to the Kernels' 2 hits, and South Bend leads it 3-0. Wilkin Castillo hit it off the trademark, and it was a humpback liner. Chris Walston misjudged the speed of it and jumped too early. And over his head it went for a base hit into right. The runner goes. A pitch hammered foul into the left field corner. Strike one to Josh Buhager. Buhager grounded out to second to open up the 3rd inning. Silverhawks are tough to beat here at the Cove. They're 15-9. Josh Buhager is out of Long Beach State. He's 24 years old, and he does not wear batting gloves. Well, he wears one batting glove. The next pitch is lifted foul to the left side. Strike 2 to Josh Buhager. Buhager was the Diamondback 32nd round pick last June, and he hit .260 in 31 games for Missoula. Runner at first, 1 out, and ball 1 is low to the number 9 hitter. 2 weeks from tonight, fireworks at Veterans Memorial Stadium, brought to you by Commercial Federal Bank. Father's Day is Sunday the 19th. That's the last game before the All-Star break, and we're at home. There goes the runner. A pitch out. Duenas' throw sails past the shortstop into center, and Alexi Casilla, backing up the play, prevented the runner from going to third. Wilkin Castillo, no steals this year. The Kernels pitched out, but he stole second. Tommy Duenas' throw was far too high, and it sailed over the head of Sean Rodriguez, and a good thing Alexi Casilla was backing up the play. Otherwise, Wilkin Castillo would be at third base. So even though the Kernels pitched out, the catcher stole second base. Here's a pitch ripped to first. Great backhanded stab by Chris Walston. Underhands to Jelena for the out. Oh, Josh Buhager was robbed of a hit on a one-hop smash. Chris Walston stabbed it to his right and then underhanded to the pitcher covering. And Wilkin Castillo on to third. The second out of the inning recorded. Walston to Jelena, 3-1. Runner at third now for the Silverhawks. Let's see if they try a 2-out squeeze from Emilio Bonifácio. He bounces one over the hill. Carl Jelena fields it and throws the batter out. Terrific play by Jelena. He had to scurry down the backside of the mound and made an over-the-shoulder catch on a bouncer headed toward shallow second. No way Alexi Casilla could have thrown out the fleet-footed Bonifácio, but Carl Jelena did. Carl Jelena did to end the fourth inning. 1 run on a home run by Mark Reynolds, his 5th of the year for South Bend. 2 hits for the Silverhawks, a stolen base. No Colonel errors. South Bend leaves 1 man on. As we head to the top of the 5th inning in the Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question, South Bend 3, Colonels nothing. This is Colonel Baseball in the zone.
Do dragonflies really breathe fire? Maybe we can answer a thought-provoking question like that.
But Phil Andrews, your Pekin insurance professional at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency, can answer all your insurance questions. Phil Andrews is an insurance expert, and he can help you with all kinds of protection. Auto, home, life, health, and business. Phil Andrews, your Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews, has all the right answers for the right insurance coverages for you and your family.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, guys. Sorry I'm late for lunch, but I have a good reason.
Let me guess. New purse, new shoes. Hey, new haircut.
Yeah, I had a change of heart with my hairstyle and stopped by Cost Cutters.
Oh.
So, what you think?
I think it looks great.
I love the color and the layers.
Yeah, I like it and all, but I'm sure you'll change it next week.
Hey, my hair is always a struggle. 1 minute I love it, the next I'm ready for a whole new hair color. Cost Cutters is the only salon that can keep up with my changing style.
Ooh, remember when you had it short and spiky?
Or when it was shoulder length and red.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
No, I should try shoulder length in red.
Chris?
Yes.
All I know is that Cost Cutters is the only salon for me.
And me.
Ditto.
Hey, gang, for once we all agree.
Make your neighborhood Cost Cutters the only salon for you and your style. Cost Cutters, just your style. Cost Cutters is proud to support Eastern Iowa's most wholesome, affordable family entertainment, Cedar Rapids Kernels Baseball.
It'll be Tommy Duenas, Warner Madrigal, and Chris Walston to confront right-hander A.J. Shappy as we go to the top of the fifth inning, 3-0 Silverhawks. Before we get to our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question, 2 weeks from tomorrow is Father's Day. Meet me at the stadium. I'll be there. Great Father's Day treat for you, a brunch from 11 till 2. And if it's anything like the Mother's Day brunch was, you won't want to miss it. Fabulous food prepared by the Colonel chefs and kitchen staff. Ball one to Tommy Duenas, and now he pops one a mile high over the Colonel third base dugout, strike one. Father's Day brunch, 2 weeks from tomorrow, Sunday, June 19th. You can play catch with Dad on the field after the game. Father's Day, the brunch from 11 to 2. Father's Day, Sunday, June 19th. Tommy Duenas grounded out to short in the second inning. He leads off here in the fifth and swings and misses, strike two. If you've been one of our 27 previous Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question winners, that's great. You've already earned your prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop. Please participate and play along wherever you're tuned in, but please don't email us with your answer to tonight's Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. Tommy Duenas bloops one off the end of the bat, and the second baseman drifts a few steps into right to make the play. Emilio Bonifácio catches the cue shot off the end of Tommy's stick, one away here in the fifth inning for Warner Madrigal. Log on to our website now for your chance to earn a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop, www.kernels, Kernels.com. That's Kernels.com. Then click on the link that says Roadshow Trivia Challenge. Warner Madrigal chops one to third, backhanded by Augustine Murillo, foul, ball or strike one to Warner. You've logged on to our website at www.kernels, Kernels.com. Then click on the link that says Roadshow Trivia Challenge. As you click on that link, we need your name, address, and phone number. Your name, address, and phone number, and then the answer to our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. And I'll serve it up to you here in a moment. The 0-1 to the right-handed hitting Madrigal, swing and a miss on a high fastball, strike two. Here's our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. In 1964, the Minnesota Twins, I'll start again. First, the 0-2 to Warner. High, ball one. The catcher, Wilkin Castillo, had to come out of his catching squat. In 1964, this Minnesota Twin became the first rookie to lead the American League in hitting. Who was he? In 1964, this Minnesota Twin became the first rookie to lead the American League in hitting. He batted .323. Who is he? Who was he? Email us your answer, www.kernels.com, and click on the Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge link. We need your name, address, phone number, and the answer to that question. Warner Madrigal sprays the 1-2 pitch foul into the backstop. Our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. In 1964, this Minnesota Twin became the first rookie to lead the American League in hitting. Who is he? Madrigal. Hits a deep drive to left, way back at the wall, and it's Warner's 8th of the year. Warner Madrigal has belted his 8th home run of the year, club high, and it cuts the South Bend lead to 2 runs. 3-1 Silverhawks. Warner Madrigal belted a 1-2 pitch high and deep over the 360 mark at left center, his team high 8th of the year, and it puts the Kernels on the board. 3-1 Silverhawks here in the 5th inning. Warner Madrigal, a one-out solo shot, makes it 3-1 Silverhawks. 5th home run surrendered by 8-game winner A.J. Shappy. The first pitch is in the dirt, ball 1 to Chris Walston, and it hit the umpire. Grant Menke is shaken up. I'm not sure where it got him. First on the scene is Colonel Trainer. It got him in the throat. A pitch in the, it must have been fouled off by Chris Walston. The scoreboard says strike 1. Grant Menke is being looked at by Colonel Trainer, Eric Munson, South Bend trainer Rick Spenner, and fellow umpire Victor Carapazza. A swing on a pitch in the dirt, and apparently the ball skipped up behind the catcher and struck Grant Menke in the throat. And hopefully he'll be able to continue in this game. The plate umpire was struck in the throat on a foul tip, and they're still looking him over. The umpires are in gray trousers with navy blue knit tops. The plate umpire, Grant Menke, has taken his mask off, and it looks like, after both trainers checked him out, that he's going to stay in the ball game. Chris Walston in the hole 0-1. Well, thanks for emailing us your answer to the Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge. We'll announce our winner during tomorrow afternoon's game. Remember, a 1:30 start. South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. 1:10. Walston falls in the hole 0-2 as he fouls one above the first base Silverhawk dugout. Chris Walston led off the 3rd inning by striking out. 3-1 Silverhawks. Top of the 5th inning here from Kovalevsky Stadium. A curve just low, ball 1 to the 6'6", 245-pound Colonel first baseman, Chris Walston. Warner Madrigal has just belted his team-high 8th home run of the year. Chris Walston bashes a rocket foul onto the grass slope seating berm down the right field line, and that keeps the count 1-2 to Chris. The center fielder, Josh Buhager, is playing very deep. A fastball low from Shappy, S-H-A-P-P-I. The league is hitting .252 against A.J. He beat the Kernels Memorial Day, beat Carl Jelena, his opponent tonight, 6-4. Tonight, South Bend leads it 3-1. A ground ball left side, diving stop by Augustine Murillo. Then the ball, as he hits the ground, trickles into left center, and Chris Walston is at first with a one-out single. Chris Walston grounded one to the left of the diving third baseman, and Augustine Murillo had it, but when his torso hit the ground, the ball squirted away from him. The shortstop retrieved it, Mark Reynolds, and then a big turn at first by Chris Walston. He was almost caught off guard as Reynolds threw in behind him, but Chris Walston has the 2nd straight Colonel hit in this game, a ground ball single to the left side. That brings up Richard Giannotti, who takes low, ball 1. Richard homered for the first time as a Colonel last night in our 2-0 win. He swings hard at a high fastball and misses, strike 1. Giannotti popped to short his first time up. Richard's batting .243, a homer, 9 RBIs, and he's a switch hitter batting left. Kernels in their gray road uniforms with red numbers trimmed in white. Giannotti squirts one foul, pulls it towards the first base Silverhawk dugout. He falls behind in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good-sized crowd here tonight. Great to have you with us. Most kids will be out of school after Monday or Tuesday of this next week. Some are out already. Strike 3 call to Richard Giannotti. He doesn't like the decision by plate umpire Grant Menke, but he's rung up, and that is strikeout number 6 for right-hander A.J. Shappy. Why are they called the Silverhawks? Well, at one time in the 40s and 50s, almost 7,000 people were employed here in South Bend at a Studebaker manufacturing plant. Studebaker made very good cars right here in South Bend, Indiana, and one of their models was called a Silverhawk. You could buy a Studebaker Silverhawk just a block or two away from this ballpark. The Studebaker factory is a big brick building still intact, dormant to be sure. There's a museum within a block of this stadium. Alexi Casilla rolls one to short. Mark Reynolds has it and races to the bag ahead of the sliding Chris Walston for the force out. Alexi Casilla stroked an 0-1 pitch to the shortstop and forces Chris Walston to end the Colonel 5th inning. A booming home run, his team high 8th of the year by Warner Madrigal, provides the Colonels with their first run of the game. 1 run on 2 hits, no Silverhawk errors. The Colonels strand a runner and have left 3. Through 4.5 at Kovaleski Stadium, it's now South Bend 3, the Colonels 1. This is Colonel Baseball in the zone.
For the 7th consecutive year, Toyota Financial Services is encouraging elementary students throughout our community to read this summer. Toyota Financial Services believes that inspiring children to read brings families together, fosters imagination, and enhances knowledge. The Gazette shares Toyota Financial Services' belief in the value of reading. That's why they've teamed up to recognize and reward this summer's readers for their fabulous accomplishments. Toyota Financial Services and the Gazette, proud to stand with our community's children to enrich their lives.
For more than 70 years, Rockwell Collins has been dedicated to providing innovative and dependable aviation electronics and communication solutions worldwide. We also bring a dedication of excellence to our communities to help ensure growth and prosperity. The long-standing partnership between Rockwell Collins and the Kernels is one way we're enhancing the quality of life in our community and making Cedar Rapids the best place to live and work. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Kernels partners on and off the field.
You know, there are zillions of computers out there, but they all take you to the same spot, the Internet. So why would you pay AOL almost $24 a month when you can get there on NetZero for only $9.95? With NetZero, you get reliable, unlimited access with spam control and email virus protection, all for less than half the cost of AOL. NetZero even ranks higher in customer satisfaction. Go to netzero.com or call 877-NET-ZERO to sign up and start saving today.
Jeremy Millens takes a strike from Carl Jelena. Carl Jelena has pitched well tonight. Through 4 innings, he surrendered 3 runs on 7 hits. It's 3-1 in favor of the Silverhawks. They're atop the Eastern Division first half standings, a record, the best record in the Midwest League, 33 wins, 22 losses. Ball 1 low and outside from the Colonel right-hander, Jelena. Now a curve is a dandy, strike 2. Jeremy Millens looks back at plate umpire Grant Menke and utters a few words of displeasure. Millens on a 1-2 pitch takes it low. Jeremy has struck out tonight, singled and scored. He singled into center in the 3rd inning with 2 out. Went to 3rd on a base hit by Augustine Murillo. Scored on a base hit by Carlos Gonzalez, who has driven in 2 of the 3 Silverhawk runs. The next one is low, and it's a full count now to the right-handed batter, Jeremy Millens. He wears his white home black pinstripe pants all the way down at his shoe tops, and he wraps one to 3rd, backhanded by Freddy Sandoval. The throw across the diamond retires Jeremy Millens. Millens grounds out to 3rd, 1 out here in the Silverhawk 5th inning. South Bend leads the league in home runs and in batting average. They're hitting .279. They now have 47 home runs in 56 games. Here at Kovaleski Stadium, they're hitting .287. They're batting .287 here at home. Base is empty. 1 out for the number 4 hitting cleanup batter, Augustine Murillo, and he rips one into left, but right at Aaron Peel. Augustine Murillo hit a frozen rope, a BB, right at Aaron Peel. 2 up and 2 out here in the 5th inning. One thing about Carl Jelena is he will make you put the ball in play most of the time. He has not walked a batter tonight. He's gone full on a couple of hitters, but has not walked a batter. Augustine Murillo lines out to left, 2 away for Carlos Gonzalez. Thank goodness nobody's on base. If he drives someone in, it'll be himself with the home run. Ball 1 inside to Carlos Gonzalez from Venezuela. This guy can flat out hit. Ball 2 is inside. He won't swing at a pitch outside the strike zone. Ted Williams said the most important habit or skill for a hitter to learn was the strike zone. A high fly ball into left field. Aaron Peel, a few steps to his left, waits and has it. Carlos Gonzalez skies to left, and a 1-2-3 inning for right-hander Carl Jelena, who has the Kernels right in this game through 5 innings. After 5, it's 3-1 Silverhawks. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
And it is done. We attack at lunch.
No, they will expect that. We attack at dinner too.
Excellent. They will never expect a second wave of warriors.
We must prepare.
They will be waiting.
With fresh meat and vegetables on a large table.
And we will be swift in our actions.
Choosing only the finest of their offerings.
Piling them high in a bowl.
Then cooking them fast on a sizzling grill.
And then we eat.
Gaze upon your fresh meats and vegetables for the final time.
The attack will be successful, and we will be satisfied.
The plan is done.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, hey, Valerie. Yeah, well, we're just getting ready for lunch at Genghis Grill. You want to go?
Yes, to Genghis Grill. Probably no to you two.
Okay.
She is a spy.
And not nearly as hot as she thinks she is.
Fresh food attack.
Genghis Grill, where Edgewood Road meets Williams Boulevard in Cedar Rapids, next to Gander Mountain.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Mark Schlereth from NFL Live, he brought some gifts to the table today. It's actually a DVD. He's sort of the Tom Amansky of offensive linemen.
That's exactly what I am.
Okay, you teach people how to cheat, hold, bite, kick.
Well, see,
for leg whip.
These are. I made a series of DVDs in the off season. And,
yeah, so did Paris Hilton.
Right. Well,
The Dan Patrick Show, weekdays on ESPN Radio.
How would you like to live the sweet life? Enjoy Kernel Baseball and fun family entertainment from a Kernel Suite. They're available on a nightly or daily rental basis. All you have to do is call Kernel Suite Director Jessica Ferguson, 896-7508. 896-7508. And the suites hold up to 20 people. They're $500 to rent. You'll have a magnificent view of the ballpark, the scoreboard, and the Cedar Rapids skyline. Live the sweet life. Rent a Kernel Diamond Suite through Jessica Ferguson. Leading off in the Kernel 6th inning is Sean Rodriguez. He led off in the 4th and struck out. Sean has struck out twice so far tonight against A.J. Shappy. Ball 1 outside. Now a breaking pitch for strike 1 to Sean. 3-1 Silverhawks. Kernel's bat in the top of the 6th inning. That number again to call Kernel Suite Director Jessica Ferguson, 896-7508. Swing and a miss by Sean. He's seen nothing but pitches away. And he's in the hole 1-2. Let's see if he can avoid going down on strikes for the 3rd straight time. 3-1 Silverhawks. Kernel's batting in the top of the 6th inning. A check swing on a slider, and the base umpire, Victor Carapazza, says no. Sean Rodriguez did not offer at that pitch. Sean now has run the count even, 2-2. So much fun coming ahead on our final homestand before the All-Star break. Sean Rodriguez pounds one foul right above our broadcast perch. Here, we're only about 20 feet above home plate, just to the right of home plate. Above us, as we mentioned earlier, is a banquet restaurant facility that's very popular here in South Bend. Sean Rodriguez belts a single into left field. Rodriguez smashed one between third and short, and he has the Colonel 4th hit of this game. Sean Rodriguez, a leadoff single into left, starts the Colonel's 6th inning. If you're a Hawkeye fan, you'll want to be on hand Wednesday, Bucka Cup Wednesday, June 15th. The Colonels will be wearing Iowa Hawkeye jerseys that you can in a silent auction throughout the evening. Freddy Sandoval takes just low, ball 1 from A.J. Shappy. Wednesday, June 15th, Iowa City Coralville night, and the Colonels will be wearing the Hawkeye jerseys. The black and gold of the University of Iowa. A tap up the middle should be a double play. Shortstop has it, steps on second, out, throw to first, out, double play. Now they call the runner safe at second. He's hung up in a rundown, and Rodriguez is tagged out on a double play. Oh, brother, they called the runner safe at second. Sean didn't know it. He thought he was out, and it turns out to be a double play. Sean Rodriguez got picked off by the base umpire, Victor Carapazza. He thought he was out at second. He actually beat the tag of the base by the shortstop, Mark Reynolds, but it's still a double play. Does that ever take a big, big amount of momentum away from the Colonels? The double play goes 6-3, 6-5. 6-3, 6-5. Swing and a miss by Aaron Peel, strike 1. A hit and run was on. Rodriguez was running towards second. That's where Freddy Sandoval bounced it. Up the middle, the shortstop was going to second to cover the bag. Freddy's ground ball went right to him. Mark Reynolds stepped on second. I thought Rodriguez was called out. He was not. Then Reynolds threw to first towards the home plate side of first. The big first baseman, Javier Brito, had to tag the batter, Freddy Sandoval, for the first out. Now a swing and a miss by Peel. Rodriguez started trotting in towards the Colonel third base dugout. Little did he know he was safe at second. So the first baseman threw to the shortstop, Mark Reynolds, who then tossed to the third baseman, thus the 6-3, 6-5 double play. I'll be darned. The 0-2 to Aaron Peel. Grounded to short, it should end the inning. Mark Reynolds gobbles it up and on to first for the out. Well, if the Colonels can't come back in this game, we'll look back to the 6th inning. A leadoff single by Rodriguez, and then on a hit and run, a double play. Tough break for the Colonels as Freddy Sandoval hit into that hit and run double play. No runs in the 6th for the Colonels. One hit, a double play. There were no South Bend errors. The Colonels leave the bases empty. Whenever A.J. Shappy pitches, games go quickly. After 5.5, the Colonels trail South Bend 3-1. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, invites you to the 5th Annual Celebration of Sports Banquet. It's Thursday, June 9th at the Crown Plaza in Cedar Rapids. This year's keynote speaker is Coach Mark Carlson of the USHL champion Rough Riders. The Lynn County Male and Female Athletes of the Year from each local high school will be honored. Plus, there's a silent auction to support the East Central Iowa Special Olympics. Call 398-5009 to make your reservation and join the Zone at the Celebration of Sports Banquet, June 9th.
All across eastern Iowa, more and more people hear this sound at the scene of breaking news. Newscopter 9, bringing you the news anywhere, anytime. Newscopter 9 has the speed and mobility to be on the scene of breaking news in minutes, bringing you live reports with its exclusive bird's-eye view of the story as it unfolds. Newscopter 9, taking news coverage to new heights, only from your 24-hour news source, KCRG TV 9.
Honey, do I have to go to your family reunion? I mean, how many times can Aunt Agatha tell me about skydiving with monkeys?
It'll be different this time.
Cousin Bob won't talk about his nose hair?
North Country Steakhouse will be catering.
No way.
I can smell the steaks on the grill already. I wonder what kind of potatoes they'll have, baked, fried, or their famous garlic mash.
Aunt Agatha used to skydive with monkeys. Who knew?
North Country Steakhouse. Call 378-3970 to have us cater your next event, because good food conquers all.
Can I come, please?
Uncle Joe is making the Statue of Liberty out of cereal boxes.
Awesome, let's go.
ESPN Classic.
Get the network that brings you the greatest sports in history.
From Namath to Koufax.
From McEnroe to Jordan, the greatest hero in their greatest games.
Plus, the Emmy and Peabody Award-winning Sports Century.
Revealing profiles inside the lives of legends.
And real classics.
Movies for sports fans every Sunday night.
No wonder the LA Times calls ESPN Classic the best channel on television.
To get ESPN Classic, call your local cable or satellite provider now.
Bottom of the sixth is Javier Brito. Javier Brito leading off the bottom of the sixth for South Bend, and on a 1-1 pitch, he hits a worm burner to short. Sean Rodriguez backhands and fires to first, one away. In the bottom of the sixth inning, Carl Jelena is pitching terrific baseball. He and the Kernels trail South Bend 3-1. Alan Mottram steps in and takes a fastball for a strike. Alan Mottram robbed of a base hit on a magnificent play up the middle by Alexi Casilla leading off the fourth inning. Now a changeup in the dirt, ball one from Carl Jelena to Alan Mottram. From UMass Lowell, a Division III school. Mottram is from New England, near Boston. And he takes high and in for a ball. 2-1 to Alan Mottram. Hit .272 in 53 games here last year. The only run scored by the Kernels was provided by Warner Madrigal, his team-high 8th home run of the year in the fifth. Here's a ground ball hit sharply foul down the left field line toward the Kernel bullpen. The Kernel bullpen is buried way down deep in the left field corner to the left of the 336 mark. Mottram takes high for ball three. Neither hurler has walked a batter tonight. That's how well both 8-game winner A.J. Shappy and Kernel starter Carl Jelena have pitched. Mottram down on strikes. A high fastball got him. Second strikeout for Carl Jelena, and 2 gone here in the South Bend sixth inning. That is now 7 in a row retired by Carl Jelena. Man, oh man, this kid has really come a long way since we first saw him as a Kernel earlier this spring. He's pitching with so much confidence. A high fly ball into right. Warner Madrigal in front of the track brings it down, and that is now 8 in a row retired by Kernel starter Carl Jelena. Mark Reynolds, who homered his last time up, has flown out to right, and Carl Jelena has retired 8 straight Silverhawks, the best hitting team in the league. 1-2-3, nothing across for South Bend in the bottom of the sixth inning. As we go to the seventh, South Bend still leads the Kernels 3-1. You're enjoying Kernel baseball here in the zone.
We've been telling you for some time that Greg's Lawn Service is a cut above the rest when it comes to caring for your lawn. However, Greg's experienced staff does so much more than lawn care. They offer complete landscape design and installation, concrete curb edging, grading, sodding, and hydro seeding. Yes, Greg's is a complete lawn care service, and they welcome the opportunity to show you why they are a cut above the rest. Give Greg's a call for more details about their wide range of services.
People say that I can't decide things. They are so wrong, but I could be wrong about that.
A U.S. Bank check card with checking that pays gives you a choice of rewards, like cash, points for merchandise and gift certificates, World Perks miles, or even sweepstakes entries.
Easy decision. I'll take the cash. No, it's a sweep.
Sign up at your local U.S. Bank or call 1-800-720-BANK.
I've made up my mind to put off my decision. That is final.
U.S. Bank.
No, wait.
See banker for complete details. Member FDIC.
Gas prices got the best of your pocketbook? Neglecting your spark plugs can lower fuel efficiency. Grab the all-new Autolite XP Extreme Performance spark plugs. With an iridium-enhanced 0.6mm fine wire design and patented platinum sidewire technology, they ignite faster for optimal performance and have greater overall durability. For you, that means a better performing, more fuel-efficient vehicle. Stop by your local auto parts retailer and stop the gas gouge where it starts. Smart drivers get extreme. Autolite. It's time to change your plugs.
Silverhawks as we go to the seventh inning. Drew Toussaint has flown to right and grounded weakly to first. Drew was the number 5 hitter in the Allen Motor Company order, to be followed by Dueñas and Madrigal. 8-game winner A.J. Shappy on the hill with his 2.76 ERA. As a team, South Bend is tied for 9th in the league in pitching with a 4.06 ERA. The Colonel pitching staff ranked last in the league with a 4.49 ERA. But as Bob Brooks said on the broadcast last night, the Colonel starters, for the most part, have pitched very well this spring. Ball 1 low to Toussaint, now a pitch high, 2-0 to Drew. Drew Toussaint out of Compton, California, told us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play show earlier this spring that he played in what's called the RBI program, a program established by, here's a towering pop-up to the middle of the diamond. Near second, Mark Reynolds waits, and he has it. Drew Toussaint winds up halfway to second. That's how high he popped that 2-0 pitch up, and it was caught by the shortstop, 1 away in the Colonel's 7th. Drew told us he played in the RBI program established by Major League Baseball to get kids of inner-city youth back interested in our national pastime. He played at a stadium in the heart of his hometown of Compton, California, part of Los Angeles, called Jackie Robinson Stadium. Tommy Duenas, 0-for-2. Grounds one fair, past third, should be a double. Jeremy Millens over in the corner to backhand it, and Duenas is speeding into second, sliding ahead of Millens' throw. Tommy Duenas has corked a one-out double down the left field line, his 6th double of the season. Duenas at second in scoring position for Warner Madrigal. A base hit by Warner would make it a one-run game. Tommy Duenas cranked a double past third down the left field line, and that for the Colonels is their 6th hit of the night. A ball is low to Warner Madrigal. Well, the scoreboard says the Colonels have just 5 hits, so we're going to check with our colleague Mike Lockhart. I can't believe that possibly they've given Augustine Murillo an error on a diving attempt he made on what I thought was a base hit by Chris Walston. Here's a looper down the right field line. It's fair, and it falls. Tommy Duenas is being sent home. He'll score to make it a one-run game. Warner Madrigal has driven in his 2nd run of the night, and he cuts the Silverhawk lead to a run. 3-2 South Bend here in the top of the 7th inning. Warner Madrigal went the other way and laced a single down the right field line. Duenas, who had doubled ahead of him, scored to make it 3-2 South Bend. We're checking with Mike Lockhart, our broadcasting colleague here in South Bend, to see if the Silverhawks... No, wait, the Colonels have... Yes, that is... I'm sorry. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. The hits are even at 7 apiece. I misread the scoreboard. I thought it said the Colonels had 5 hits, and everything is absolutely copacetic. Thank you so much, Mike. Warner Madrigal at first as Chris Walston bats. Swing and a miss, and Chris is in the hole, 0-2. It's a one-run game. South Bend has played 17 one-run games. They've won 9 and lost 8. Chris Walston reached on an infield single his last time up. Swing and a miss by the big guy. He's down on strikes for the 2nd time, and that is 7 strikeouts for starter A.J. Shappy. We've got to get a little more mileage out of Chris Walston the rest of this first half, and in the second half, he's going to be given a chance to play quite a bit, and we need him to start booming out some hits. Richard Giannotti at the plate. A very short lead at first by Warner Madrigal. Giannotti ahead 1-0. Hits one in the air to left center. And tracking it down in deep left center is the left fielder, Jeremy Millens, in front of the warning track. He catches it. Giannotti hit that ball a lot farther than I thought he did. He flew out to deep left field to end the inning. 1 run for the Kernels on 2 hits. There were no Silverhawk errors. The Kernels leave a runner aboard and have stranded 4. This big crowd is on its feet to stretch. After 6.5, we have a one-run contest. South Bend 3, the Kernels 2. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Ah, springtime. That time of year when your heating system still runs some, but it's also a time when your air conditioning may be running too. Who do you call when either of them fail? Well, never fear. The A-Team is here. The A-Team from Ahern Plumbing and Heating can inspect and ensure that your heating and cooling system is ready to go when you need it. 24 hours a day, call the A-Team from Ahern Plumbing and Heating. 393-4872. That's 393-4872 for Ahern Plumbing and Heating.
Have you heard the great news? Mediacom has stepped to the plate to give girls and boys the chance to do cool stuff with the Kernels and at the stadium. As a member of the Mediacom Little Sluggers, you'll get to have an autograph session with the Kernels, take a tour of the stadium, watch a movie from the outfield grass, take batting practice with the Kernels, and participate in a story time with the players. Join the fun of the Mediacom Little Sluggers by registering online at Kernels.com. That's Kernels.com.
Do you know your credit score? You should, because staying on top of your credit could help save you thousands of dollars. You can now get your credit score and credit report at freecreditreport.com.
I go online and in seconds I get my credit report and credit score free. I can even print it right off my computer.
Staying on top of my credit helped me save a lot of money.
Get your free credit report and score when you sign up for a 30-day credit monitoring trial at freecreditreport.com. That's freecreditreport.com.
It's a one-run game in favor of South Bend. They lead at 3-2 as Wilkin Castillo grounds one to second. Backhanded by Casilla, he throws it away, and it'll be an error on Alexi Casilla, and sadly enough, the runner, the batter, will be given second base. I'll be darned. That's how the seventh inning opens up. Wilkin Casilla, the number 8 hitter, grounded one past the mound, and it says throwing error by Alexi Casilla. Alexi made a good play going to his right, but then rushed his throw, threw it well in front of Chris Walston. Chris couldn't come up with that one. An error all the way on Alexi Casilla, and that takes a lot of momentum from the Kernels, who had just made it a one-run game. But now South Bend has a runner at second with nobody out. They are likely to score in this inning with a runner at second, nobody out. Ball one high and in to Josh Buhager. Buhager was faking or trying to bunt. He took a pitch high for ball one. Second error committed by the Kernels. Freddy Sandoval was charged with the throwing error back in the third inning. And the same fault belies Alexi Casilla to open up the seventh. Buhager takes low ball two. A snap throw to second. Gets by the shortstop. A runner will go to third, and that's another error for Tommy Duenas. 11th error of the season on the Kernel catcher. Well, you just can't give a first-place team third base with nobody out. And I have tried not to be too critical of the Kernel Ball Club this spring, but man, oh man, you can't, once you make it a one-run game, a guy doesn't get the ball out of the infield, and he's on third base with nobody out. Error number 11 on the Kernel catcher this year. Ball 3 to the number 9 hitter. You make it a one-run game, and then you do that kind of nonsense. Well, that's why we have the worst record in the league, and that's why South Bend has the best record. Those little things that either win ball games for you or cost you ball games. Buhager on a 3-0 pitch, hammers it foul, out of play to the left. Runner at third, nobody out, 3-2 South Bend. Kernel infield in for the play at the plate. Wilkin Castillo's at third with nobody out. Buhager walks. The number 9 hitter walks. First and third, nobody out. First walk issued by either pitcher tonight. Now trouble coming. Trouble coming for South Bend. The top of the order, Emilio Bonifácio. Oh, this game of baseball is a game of momentum, and man, when you give the team you're playing, a first-place team flying high like the Silverhawks are, when you give them runners at first and third, their number 8 and 9 hitters, without getting the ball out of the infield, you've got big, big problems to try to solve. As Kernan Ronan visits the hill, let's see who's warming up down the left field line for the Kernels in their bullpen. 3-2 South Bend, but the Kernels are in a heap of trouble here in the 7th inning. There is a hurler warming up for the Kernels in the left field bullpen. It is Chris Waters. Chris Waters warming up for the Kernels in the left field bullpen for the Kernels. All right, let's see if we can get out of this mess. It's going to be tough. First and third, nobody out for a very good ball club. Bonifacio takes low, ball one. Emilio Bonifacio. Single, stole second, scored in the first, grounded out to first in the third, and grounded out pitcher to first in the fourth inning. Ball two outside, and Carl Jelen is making a bad situation worse. He's fallen behind the switch hitter Bonifacio 2-0. Man, when you're a winning ball club like we have been the first 3 years in Veterans Memorial Stadium, you always expect to win a ball game. Swinging a foul by Bonifacio straight back, but when you're struggling like the Kernels have all spring, it's not as easy to win ball games. Emilio Bonifacio loops a single into left center, and as we suspected, South Bend has a big inning going. 4-2 Silverhawks. Bonifacio dumps a single over Rodriguez's head into left field, and it's a 4-2 game. One or two little things win a ball game every night or day for you, and tonight what the Kernels are facing is having to look back at this seventh inning as the turning point in the game. The number 8 hitter grounded one to second. Alexi Casilla threw low in the dirt. The batter was given second base on the error. Tommy Duenas tried to throw behind him on a pitch low to the batter, threw it past Rodriguez into center. Wilkin Castillo went to third. Josh Buhager walked, and now Emilio Bonifacio has singled into left to make it 4-2. The runner Buhager stopped at second, and that is it for Carl Jelena. Carl Jelena pitched his heart out here tonight. He goes 6 innings. So far, he's given up 4 runs, 3 of them earned on, well, it's too hard to read the scoreboard without binoculars, on 8 hits. 6 innings, 4 runs, 3 earned on 8 hits. Carl Jelena struck out 3 Silverhawks, and he walked 1. Chris Waters has taken over on the hill for the Kernels here in the bottom of the 7th inning. First and second, nobody out for South Bend. They lead it 4-2. All we can hope is that the Kernels can keep trying to keep from beating themselves the rest of the way here in the first half and improve in the second half. Excuse me, this is not Chris Waters. This is Miguel Gonzalez. Miguel Gonzalez has come on to pitch here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Gonzalez told Colonel Broadcast Assistant Julia Jansen during the South Slope Communications Triple Play show on our recent homestand that the father's side of his family grew up in Guadalajara, Mexico. Miguel Gonzalez, slightly built. They list him at 6 feet even, 165, and he's on out of the Colonel bullpen for the 3rd or 4th time this season. Miguel Gonzalez, 21 years old, has pitched 5 innings out of the Colonel bullpen in 3 stints, and in those 5 innings, he's given up 4 runs on 5 hits. He has struck out 7 men in 5 innings, walked none, and perhaps Miguel Gonzalez can keep the Kernels in this game. In the bottom of the 7th, it's 4-2 South Bend. The Kernels have committed 2 errors that have cost them a run here in the 7th inning, and Carl Jelena has been lifted after going 6 innings. Again, his line, quality start. 6 innings pitched, 4 runs, 3 earned, 8 hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. He is responsible for the 2 men on base. Josh Buhager at second and Emilio Bonifacio at first. Let's see if Jeremy Millens is bunting. I would think he would be bunting, with the 2 big sluggers, Murillo and Gonzalez, lurking on deck and in the hole. Is Jeremy Millens bunting? He hasn't tipped his hand yet as the right-hander Miguel Gonzalez whirls and looks the lead runner, Buhager, back to second. 4-2 Silverhawks, bottom of the 7th, 2 on, nobody out. Oh, how the errors will kill you. A curve in the dirt, fine stop by Tommy Duenas to prevent a wild pitch. Our Colonel Did You Know question from Coveleski Stadium in South Bend. Let's go back to 1965. Two would-be Hall of Famers were in the twilight of their careers. Warren Spahn and Yogi Berra. In 1965, they both played for Casey Stengel's New York Mets. And wait till you hear our Did You Know question. Millens takes low and away, ball 2. Well, it kind of looks like we're heading for one of those nasty big innings that has plagued us all season long. 2 on, nobody out, a run home, 4-2 Silverhawks. They have runners at first and second with nobody out. Miguel Gonzalez comes set and delivers. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Millen squaring to bunt, took a strike. Did you know that in 1965, 44-year-old Warren Spahn combined with 40-year-old Yogi Berra as an 84-year-old battery with the New York Mets? Well, one thing you could say is that battery had some experience. 1965, the New York Mets had 44-year-old Warren Spahn and a catcher, his battery mate for a couple of games, Yogi Berra, 40 years old. Combined 84 years old as the Met battery. Millen squaring to bunt. Takes a strike. And it's 2-2 to Jeremy Millens. He thought that pitch was a ball. It's 2-2 to Millens. We could still get out of this thing. Miguel Gonzalez has come back to even the count 2-2. Now big Chris Walston walks in from first base. And he is waiting for the word from the Colonel third base dugout on what signals to flash to the Colonel middle infielders as to how they want to play this 2-2 defensive alignment. A 2-2 count on the batter. The Colonels would love a strikeout, pop-up, or double play. Perhaps the game's outcome will hinge on this pitch. A nubber back to the mound. Gonzalez has only played a throw to first for the out. So a swinging bunt, essentially, for Jeremy Millens. Good pitch by Miguel Gonzalez, but the runners move up to second and third with only 1 out, and now the big artillery is going to be unleashed on the Colonel. And I mean some big artillery. Augustine Murillo, .336 hitter, leads the league in hits, runs scored, and RBIs, and he'll try to give the Silverhawks a bigger lead here in the bottom of the 7th. They lead it 4-2. Infield is in for the Colonels for the play at the plate. Buhager at third, Bonifacio at second. A curve and a swing and a tip foul at the feet of Tommy Duenas, who calls time. Tommy must have been crossed up by Miguel Gonzalez. Tommy looks a little bit upset with the Colonel right-hander as he walks back to the mound with him. There used to be a dirt path carved between the mound and the dirt batting circle here at Coveleski Stadium, much like we have at Veterans Memorial Stadium. And the reason the Silverhawks did that is this ball club is the Class A Midwest League affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And the Diamondbacks, I believe, along with the Tigers at Comerica Park, are the only 2 teams in the major leagues that have a dirt path carved between the mound and the plate. But they don't have it here anymore. Swing and a miss on a sinker. And it's 0-2 on Augustine Murillo. Second and third, 1 out, bottom of the 7th, 4-2 Silverhawks here in the opener of a 4-game series, part of a Colonel 8-game road trip. Gonzalez is set. His 0-2 delivery. Outside for a ball. That was a wasted pitch by Miguel Gonzalez. Colonel infield remains in for the play at the plate. The Colonels have committed 2 errors in this inning, and the result, the Silverhawks have added a run to their lead. They're up 4-2. Augustine Murillo caps one foul behind the plate. That was a breaking pitch. It's still 1-2 to Augustine. This guy is hitting a robust .336. Right-handed batter. Second and third. One away here in the bottom of the 7th, and Miguel Gonzalez looks at third to hold Josh Buhager as close as he can. Freddy Sandoval is playing way off the line at third for the Kernels. Ball 2 low and away to Augustine Murillo. Sandoval is about 12 to 15 feet off the line at third. He's playing even with the bag. 4-2 Silverhawks. Runners in scoring position. Gonzalez to the plate. Ball 3 in the dirt. He was ahead 0-2, and now it's a full count. Miguel Gonzalez on in relief of starter Carl Jelena got Jeremy Millens to tap back to the mound. The runners moved up from first and second. Now Gonzalez steps off the rubber. Outfield plays Augustine Murillo straight away. I'm surprised at how shallow Giannotti is in center. Swing and a miss! Miguel Gonzalez gets Augustine Murillo, one of the league's most feared sluggers, on a 3-2 pitch. It was up and in and tied Murillo up in knots, and that's the second out here in the 7th inning. Well, how about Miguel Gonzalez? He strikes out Augustine Murillo. Now his job doesn't get much easier. Carlos Gonzalez, the Kernels may walk him. He's 8 for his last 17, and I think the Kernels are going to put him on. He's not 8 for his last 17. He's 8 for 17 against the Kernels. And the Kernels are going to walk Carlos Gonzalez. Gonzalez will be given a free pass to load the bases for right-handed batter Javier Brito, who will try to put this game on ice for the Silverhawks. They've already scored a run to make it 4-2 here in the 7th. Ball 3 heaved outside intentionally by Miguel Gonzalez. Now here's ball 4, and that loads him up for Javier Brito, the 7th man to bat here in the Silverhawks 7th inning. They lead it 4-2. Javier Brito, 5th in the league with a .331 average, 4 homers, 22 RBIs. Brito's a strong right-handed batter. So far tonight, he's grounded to third, forced a man at second on a ground out, and grounded to short. Let's see if Carlos Gonzalez can keep the Kernels in this game. Or Miguel Gonzalez, excuse me. He delivers a strike to Javier Brito. Brito batting with the bases full and 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Javier stands straight away from the right side. They list him at 6'2", 230. He is a big fella. Holds his hands high up in the air, uses a rust-colored bat, and grounds one to third. Freddy Sandoval gloves it, throws in time, and the Kernels' Miguel Gonzalez gives them a big lift as he allows no runs out of the Kernel bullpen and keeps the Kernels in this game. Javier Brito grounded to third with the bases loaded and 2 out to end the inning. For the Silverhawks, 1 run, unearned, on 1 hit, 2 Kernel errors. South Bend leaves the bases full. They've stranded 7. What a magnificent job out of the Kernel bullpen by Miguel Gonzalez. We go to the 8th inning. Kernels now trail the Silverhawks by a pair, 4-2. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Are you ready for a little racing? The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM and Hawkeye Downs want to help you take the family to the races without blowing out your wallet. The last Friday of every month is now the Zone 1600 Family Night. Just click on the zone1600.com and print the special Family Night coupon. Take it to Hawkeye Downs the last Friday of the month, and 2 adults and the kids get in for just $16. 16 simoleons to see the hottest racing in town? That's freaking unbelievable. Get your valuable coupon today at the worldwide headquarters of the Zone, thezone1600.com. And we'll see you at the Zone 1600 Family Night at Hawkeye Downs, the last Friday of every month, all summer long.
Hawkeye Downs Racing.
Another killer deal from your home of Hawkeye Downs Racing on the radio. The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
Honey, do I have to go to your family reunion? I mean, how many times can Aunt Agatha tell me about skydiving with monkeys?
It'll be different this time.
Cousin Bob won't talk about his nose hair?
North Country Steakhouse will be catering.
No way.
I can smell the steaks on the grill already. I wonder what kind of potatoes they'll have, baked, fried, or their famous garlic mash.
Aunt Agatha used to skydive with monkeys. Who knew?
North Country Steakhouse. Call 378-3970 to have us cater your next event, because good food conquers all.
Can I come, please?
Uncle Joe is making the Statue of Liberty out of cereal boxes.
Awesome, let's go.
Is on for South Bend as the Kernels bat in the top of the 8th inning, trailing 4-2. It's Josh Perot. And he pitched twice against the Kernels when the Silverhawks took 3 of 4 from us over Memorial Day weekend last weekend. Josh Perot is a 22-year-old right-hander, and his first pitch is a strike to Alexi Casilla. Top of the order, top of the 8th inning. Perot, a non-drafted free agent out of Arizona State, so he played right in the shadows of Bank One Ballpark. Swing and a miss by Alexi Casilla, strike 2. Alexi in the hole, 0-2. Top of the 8th inning. Casilla doubled in the first inning, but was left on. Since then, he has struck out and grounded to short. Alexi stays alive by tipping one foul to the on-deck circle, where Sean Rodriguez picks it up. Josh Perot did pitch twice against the Kernels this past weekend, and the Kernels had some success against him. The 0-2, high and away. Perot is 6'3", 22 years old, a right-hander, and he pitched 4 1/3 innings against the Kernels this past weekend. A little looper into shallow center. The second baseman goes back, and it drops behind him into right center. It's a base hit for Alexi Casilla. Alexi Casilla has opened up the Colonel 8th with his second hit of the night, and the Colonel 8th overall hit in this game. And it came on a 1-2 pitch from Josh Perot. Perot in 4 1/3 against us this past weekend gave up 3 runs in 4 1/3 on 6 hits. He struck out 2 and walked 1. Josh Perot will now face Sean Rodriguez. Ball 1 is low to the Colonel shortstop. The starter, A.J. Shappy, went 7 innings and allowed 2 runs on 7 hits. A throw to first, and Alexi Casilla is back. A.J. Shappy struck out 7 Kernels, and he walked none. Josh Perot is on the hill for South Bend, and he's given up a leadoff single to Alexi Casilla. Alexi not running. A slider on the outside corner evens the count to Sean, 1-1. Josh Perot has had a very good season, even though the Kernels got to him this past weekend. Perot is 2-1, on for the 18th time out of the Silverhawk bullpen. He has a 1.35 earned run average. Ball 2 is upstairs to Sean Rodriguez. Josh Perot, 26 2/3 innings, has given up 21 hits. He's fanned 22 batters in 26 2/3, walked only 4. He has no saves, the league hitting .219 against him. A throw to first, Alexi Casilla back safely. The Silverhawks have a lefty up in their bullpen. Rodriguez hammers a single into center. Alexi Casilla will round second. Hold on there as Josh Buhager gets it back in. Sean Rodriguez singles into center, and the Kernels have the tying runs aboard with nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. Back-to-back singles by Casilla and Rodriguez. Now, if you're Bobby Magallanes, you're playing on the road. Your leading run producer, Freddy Sandoval, is up. He hit into a double play last time, even though the Kernels try to hit and run. Do you have Freddy Sandoval try to bunt the tying runs into scoring position? As a last-place ball club, do you try to hit and run? Roll the dice a little bit. Freddy squares to bunt and takes high. It didn't take long for our question to be answered. Josh Perot, in his third year of pro baseball, has pitched with Missoula, Tucson, and Yakima in his 2 years previous to this. A bunt by Freddy Sandoval is foul. A foul bunt up the first base side. It was a bouncing ball fielded in foul ground by Javier Brito, and it's 1-1 on Freddy Sandoval. Physicians Clinic of Iowa is the proud health care provider of the Kernels. Physicians Clinic of Iowa has 50 board-certified physicians who provide quality care in 11 specialties. Quality health care close to home. Physicians Clinic of Iowa. Sandoval bunts. The pitcher picks it up, throws to third. Out on a bang-bang play. Out on a bang-bang play. And that turns the entire complexion of the inning around. Freddy Sandoval, unable to get a bunt down successfully, bunted it too hard, back to the mound. Josh Perot came in, fired to third, bang-bang play, and they called Alexi Casilla out. It went 1-5, and that turns the entire ball game around. Ooh, if we could get a bunt down, we'd add runners at second and third with one out. Instead, it's runners at first and second, one out. And again, the little things kill the Kernels. Freddy Sandoval did get a bunt down, but he bunted it too hard towards the mound, and he could not execute properly. Strike one to Aaron Peel. We do some things to beat ourselves. We really do. And it's not the fault of Bobby Magianis or the coaching staff. They drill these guys day after day after day on the fundamentals, and the fellas just are not very quick learners. They're terrific guys that work hard, but they just don't pick up things as quickly at this level as you would hope. But that leaves room for improvement, and that's why everybody's here. An 0-2 pitch to Peel is low. Some people, some human beings, have what's called an aptitude. When you teach them something, they are able to absorb it and apply it. Others just take longer to learn things. And this Kernel crew is in that boat. It just takes them a little bit longer to pick things up. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all with that. You just have to bear in mind that with that type of aptitude, you have to be very, very patient. Very patient and keep on keeping on. And that's what the Kernels will do. They'll keep on keeping on here in the eighth inning. Aaron Peel just got a piece of a changeup from Josh Perot and fouls it back. Aaron is 1 for 3. The hits are even in it. Well, the Kernels have out-hit South Bend now, 9-8. But 2 errors have figured prominently in this game so far. The Silverhawks lead it 4-2. Perot to Peel. Aaron shortens up his stroke. That's good to see. Now there's a case of aptitude being good. The Kernel staff has preached to the ball players, when you're in the hole, or when you have 2 strikes on you, shorten up your stroke and put the ball in play. Aaron Peel does that as he lofts one to straightaway center for Josh Buhager. He's there and has it. Well, that would have scored a run had Freddy Sandoval been able to get a bunt down. Aaron Peel flies to center, and really the score now should be 3-3. Why should it be 3-3? The Kernels gave up an unearned run in the bottom of the 7th inning when the score was 3-2. The Kernels failed to get a bunt down here in the 8th inning that would have resulted in a run, so the game should be tied 3-3. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's been the story of the Kernel first half. Drew Toussaint at the plate with 2 on, 2 out. Takes low for ball 1. Uh-oh, they said he went around. The base umpire out of nowhere, Victor Carapaza, said Drew Toussaint went around strike 1. If Drew could park one, it would give the Kernels their first lead of this game. Fastball high and outside to Drew, 1-1. Toussaint, nothing for 3 tonight. The Kernels put their first 2 men on here in the 8th inning, but could not bunt them over. Swing and a miss, strike 2 on Drew Toussaint, a changeup. I don't know how many times these guys practice bunting, but apparently not enough to apply it to a game situation. Drew went around on a pitch in the dirt. No, he did not, according to the base umpire. I thought he did offer at it. Now the deuces are wild here in the 8th inning. Well, yep, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. 4-2, South Bend. Rodriguez at second, Sandoval at first. And Drew Toussaint lays off a fastball outside, and the count is full now to Toussaint. That helps the Colonel chances. The runners will be going from first and second. They're the tying runs. Here's the payoff offering. Swinging a foul straight back here right above our broadcast booth. Drew Toussaint had a good swing at that one, but fouled it straight back. Jeremy Millens is playing 2 steps in front of the warning track and left. The runners wait as the right-hander Josh Perot spins and looks Rodriguez back to second. There they go. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The game turns in the 8th inning. The Colonels put their first 2 men on but did not score as they failed to get a bunt down. That hurts to see that kind of baseball at the professional level. 8th inning, no runs for the Colonels, 2 hits. There were no South Bend errors. The Colonels leave a pair aboard and have stranded 6. We go to the home half of the 8th. South Bend 4, the Colonels 2. This is Colonel Baseball in the zone.
Papa John's pizza, it's so good. Better is best, that's understood. Better call Papa John's tonight. Better call Papa, he's got it right. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Attention baseball fans, call your local Papa John's for our home run special. Get a large pizza with up to 3 toppings of your choice for only $9.99.
Papa John's. Better call Papa.
When it comes to fun in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium, nothing compares to the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub. As you bask in the soothing comfort of the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub, you'll be taking in the action from a breathtaking perch just above the left field wall. Register for your chance to be drawn as the winner of the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub by visiting Westdale Mall.
When I travel, I like to take my time, except when it comes to earning rewards. Luckily, Econo Lodge and Roadway Inn hotels are offering triple Southwest Airlines Rapid Rewards credit with every qualifying stay this summer. So I'll be flying 3 times faster. Call 800-4CHOICE or visit choicehotels.com for details. We'll see you there.
Receive 1.5 credits instead of 0.5 credits for qualifying stays with arrival between June 1st and August 31st, 2005. All Rapid Rewards rules and regulations apply.
What a fabulous performance by Miguel Gonzalez in relief of starter Carl Jelena. He came in with runners at first and second. Nobody out in the 7th inning and prevented the Silverhawks from adding to their lead. They lead at 4-2. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, Matt Elliott, the closer for South Bend, is warming up down the right field line. Alan Mottram, with that pronounced open stance we've described the last week, leads off and lays off a pitch high, ball 1. Colonels have out-hit South Bend 9-8, but have done the little things to shoot themselves in the foot again this evening, and it's getting to be a little bit frustrating. The 1-1 to Mottram swung on and missed, strike 2. This game should be tied 3-3. 2 plays have made the difference. That's usually the case in any ball game. 1 to 2 plays determine the outcome of an entire 9-inning game. Ball 2 outside. Or ball 1 outside to Alan Mottram. Now he taps one to third. Backhanded by Sandoval. Freddy's long throw. Not in time. An infield single for Alan Mottram. Terrific effort by Freddy Sandoval on a softly hit ground ball near third. Alan Mottram reaches on an infield single, and that squares the hit column. 9 hits apiece for both teams. Cheap hit for Alan Mottram. But he's aboard at first with nobody out here in the 8th inning. South Bend trying to beat the Kernels for the 4th time in 5 games in the last week. Mark Reynolds homered earlier in this game. He bunts. Hey, a fella gets a bunt down. Tommy Duenas throws it away. And a runner will go to third. That's the fourth error for the Kernels tonight. And I think that error will be on the Kernel catcher, perhaps though on Chris Walston. I'm not sure how bad a throw it was by Tommy Duenas. It'll be ruled a sacrifice or a base hit. I'm not sure which yet. Let's wait and see. We'll wait calmly to see. At any rate, South Bend is poised to blow this game open. It is a base hit. The batter was bunting for a sacrifice, but they've given him a hit, and they've given an error, the second of the game, on the Kernel catcher, Tommy Duenas. And there's the old revolver out by the Kernels, bang, bang, right in the foot to give the Silverhawks a chance to pull away in this ball game. Alan Mottram goes to third. Remember how he reached on an infield single. Mark Reynolds laid a bunt down about 20 feet in front of home plate, and he's credited with an infield single. An error on Tommy Duenas, his second of the game, and ball one almost hit Wilkin Castillo. So if you're scoring at home with us, Alan Mottram reaches on an infield single, goes to third on a bunt single by Mark Reynolds, and then goes to third on a throwing error by the Kernel catcher. The throw by Tommy Duenas looked to be, I thought the error might be charged on Chris Walston at first base. It was a low throw, but not in the dirt, but they still charged the error to Duenas. Wilkin Castillo, even on the count 1-1, and he rips one into right. That's a base hit, and South Bend is putting this one on ice now. They lead it 5-2. Wilkin Castillo has the third hit in a row off Miguel Gonzalez as he drilled one into right. And I'll tell you what, it's fun to watch South Bend play, even though they have the whammy on us. It's still fun to see the kind of baseball we saw the last 3 years from the Kernels, and that is fundamentally sound, upbeat, come to the ballpark expecting to win baseball. That's what the Silverhawks play. A base hit by Wilkin Casilla makes it 5-2 South Bend. Mark Reynolds stops at second. And now the top of the order, Emilio Bonifácio. Colonel pitching coach Kernan Ronan comes out to the hill to talk it over with Miguel Gonzalez in a 5-2 game. We've got another special treat for you tomorrow afternoon on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. Bob Oldest, who joined us before tonight's series opener, a member of the 1960 World Champion Pittsburgh Pirates, will be with us for a second chat. Here's a bunt by the number 9 hitter. It's fielded by Miguel Gonzalez near the line, and he throws the batter out. Well, there's the difference between a winning ball club and a losing ball club. The Kernels had a chance to bunt runners over to second and third in the top of this 8th inning and couldn't do it. Josh Buhager, in his 6th game for South Bend, gets a bunt down, a terrific sacrifice bunt, fielded by Miguel Gonzalez, who threw to Walston 1-3, and now there's runners at second and third with one out for South Bend. Good to see that kind of baseball, even though it's coming against us. There are fellas at this level who can master fundamentals because they practice them tirelessly. Emilio Bonifácio takes inside from the Kernel right-hander. Infield in for the play at the plate. Kernel's down by 3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Coming off beating the Western Division leading Wisconsin Timber Rattlers 3 out of 4. Down tonight 5-2. Here's a high pop fly into shallow center. Let's see if the runner, Reynolds, tries to score. He won't, as Richard Giannotti gloves it and fires it into the mound where the cutoff man, Chris Walston, has the webbing of his glove break out, but he was able to stop the relay throw anyway. Well, how about Miguel Gonzalez? He gets Emilio Bonifácio to fly out to shallow center. There's a lack of fundamental execution by the Silverhawks. They needed a fly ball from their leadoff batter. They got one, but it was too shallow to play to run, and so now Jeremy Millens will bat. Millens is 1 for 4 tonight, singled and scored back in the 3rd inning. Kernels have never led tonight, but have certainly have done enough things to try to be in the game. They've made, by my count, 4 errors, and that has really been a trouble spot for this ball club all spring long. The scoreboard says 3 errors, but I think the Kernels have made 4 errors. Strike one is in to Jerome Millens. Now strike two. Tommy Duenas was crossed up for the umpteenth time tonight. He has to go out to the mound as he was expecting a curveball, and Miguel Gonzalez threw him a fastball. It was a strike, but Tommy had to stick his glove up at the last minute. He was expecting a breaking pitch. So Tommy is trotting back behind home plate. Kernels trying to stay in this game. Runners at second and third for the Silverhawks, with two out here in the eighth inning. Jeremy Millens, a .272 batter, a right-handed batter. Looks at a big Uncle Charlie. Strike three called. Millens can't believe it. Strike three called. He yelps at the umpire to no avail. And all things considered, Miguel Gonzalez does a magnificent job in his 2 innings out of the Colonel bullpen. He gives up 1 run on 3 hits here in the South Bend, 8th inning. There was 1 Colonel error, their 4th of the game. The Silverhawks leave a pair. They've stranded 9. South Bend had runners at second and third, 1 out, and could not put the Kernels away here in the 8th inning. They do score a run. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Matt Elliott, a right-hander, will likely take over on the hill for the Silverhawks, who lead it 5-2. This is Colonel Baseball in the zone.
To make your landscaping dreams become a reality, see the experts at Keen's Material. Retaining walls, custom patios, walkways, and steps, Keen's Material has all the hardscape elements needed to complete your landscaping project. Need ideas? Visit Keen's Outdoor Display Area on 12th Avenue Southwest to see over 100 products showcased. Let your property reach its full potential with help from the experts at Keen's Material. Visit Keen's in Cedar Rapids, Coralville, and Eldridge, or on the web at keensmaterial.com.
Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Lauer, and tomorrow night, the Discovery Channel and I want to find out who's your greatest American.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
George Washington.
Who's done the most to shape your values and culture?
Oprah Winfrey.
Who inspired you and changed the way you live?
Muhammad Ali.
Now you get to vote and decide in Greatest American, a 4-part series on the Discovery Channel, hosted by me, Matt Lauer.
For the people, by the people.
Greatest American, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, only on the Discovery Channel.
This is your 30-second Vanguard Insight on expense ratios. When comparing mutual fund expense ratios, the smaller the number, the more money you keep. Ratios that start with whole numbers? Not good. If you see a decimal point first and then the numbers? Better. Expense ratio too high? Call 1-888-VANGUARD or visit us at Vanguard.com.
Call for prospectus for more information. Read and consider it carefully before you invest. Vanguard Marketing Corporation Distributor.
5-2. South Bend as the Colonels bat in the 9th against Matt Elliott. 11 saves, an 0-3 record, a 21-year-old right-hander, and he'll pitch the 9th inning. He'll face Duenas, Madrigal, and Chris Walston. The Colonels have been out hit 11-9. Well, check that. Let's get that hit total correct for South Bend. 5, 6, 8, 10. I have the Silverhawks with 10 hits. No, they do have 11 hits. I want to correct myself. Carl Jelena went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, 3 earned on 9 hits. All right, here's Matt Elliott, who had 2 saves against us this past Memorial Day weekend, 11 on the year, and he delivers a strike in at the knees to Tommy Duenas. Josh Perot went 1 inning, gave the Colonels no runs on 2 hits, struck out 1, and walked none. Miguel Gonzalez pitched very well out of the Colonel bullpen in relief of starter Carl Jelena. Matt Elliott rears back and blows a fastball past the Colonel catcher, strike 2 swinging. Tommy Duenas doubled and scored in the 7th to cut the lead of South Bend to 3-2, but they now lead it 5-2. Colonels have made 4 errors in this game. The 0-2 to Duenas. Ooh, it just missed outside a fastball. Elliott has a high ERA, 5.29. He's 0-3, but he has 11 saves. He's on for the 21st time out of the Silverhawk bullpen. 17 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts in 17 innings. Look out, a pitch up and in, and that one sailed off the catcher's glove of Wilkin Castillo, and it's 2-2 to Tommy Duenas. Top of the ninth inning, 5-2 Silverhawks. Swing and a miss by Tommy Duenas. A fastball. Elliott challenged Tommy, and he won that battle. That strikeout is the 8th recorded by 3 different Silverhawk pitchers tonight. A.J. Shappy is 2 outs away from his 9th win of the season, and he's 2 outs away from beating the Kernels for the 2nd time in less than a week. Let's hope A.J. Shappy gets a chance to start the All-Star game for the East. Warner Madrigal's been a thorn in the Silverhawk side tonight. Warner has driven in both Kernel runs. He hammers one foul pass first, strike one. Madrigal led off with 1 out in the 5th inning, belted his team-high 8th home run of the year, then singled home Tommy Duenas to make it 3-2 in the 7th. Ball 1 high off the catcher's glove to the backstop. Warner Madrigal has driven in both Kernel runs in this game. Matt Elliott working from the stretch with nobody on, 1 out in the 9th inning. Curveball high, ball 2. Elliott in 17 innings has given up 21 hits. The league is hitting .313 against him, so he has 11 saves, but he's 0-3. Ball 3 outside to Warner Madrigal. Kernels trying to mount a rally here in the 9th inning. Have made just a couple of costly mistakes that have them trailing 5-2. But let's focus on the positive. 6 good innings from starter Carl Jelena, 9 hits for the Kernels, and 2 magnificent innings out of the bullpen by Miguel Gonzalez. Strike 2 pumped in at the letters. Warner was taking, and the count full now to Warner Madrigal. We're going to continue to remain upbeat and positive about this ball club's prognosis. Better to be positive than to dwell on the downside of things. A 3-2 pitch is chopped to the right side. Emilio Bonifácio has it and trots to first and flips to the first baseman. 2 gone here in the Kernel 9th inning. And it looks like A.J. Shappy is going to pick up his 9th win against 1 loss this season. Matt Elliott trying to save it for him. It would be his 12th save. Carl Jelena is on the hook for his 4th loss, even though he pitched very well tonight. Two away for Chris Walston. Nobody on. A swing and a miss by Chris. Strike 1. 5-2 Silverhawks, top of the 9th inning. Kernels never led tonight, but we're down 3-2 going into the bottom of the 7th inning. Swing and a miss on a changeup in the dirt. Strike 2 on big Chris Walston. Now the Silverhawks are a strike and an out away from a series opening win. Matt Elliott is set to pitch. Low and away for ball 1. Chris Walston, batting 183, waits for the next one and slugs it down the right field line, and it slices foul. Walston had a good swing on a 1-2 pitch and lashed it foul down the right field line. It started fair, but it sliced foul. And it's 1-2 on Chris Walston. The on-deck hitter, Richard Giannotti, picks up Chris's bat for him. Let's hope Richard Giannotti gets to bat in this inning. If he does and reaches, it'll mean that the Kernels will bring the tying run to the plate. So we're not out of this thing yet. Down to our last out and strike. Let's see if Walston can reach. A curveball, ground ball, base hit left field. Chris Walston does keep the 9th inning going. That's Chris's 2nd hit. And it comes with 2 out here in the 9th inning. And if Richard Giannotti can reach, it would bring the tying run to the plate. The Kernels have their 10th hit of the game. Boy, it's good to see some fight in this ball club. Chris Walston did not want to give in to Matt Elliott. and he grounded a single into left. Richard Giannotti steps into the first pitch and fouls it straight back. Richard had a good cut. Top of the ninth inning, 5-2 South Bend, but the Kernels have Chris Walston at first with 2 out. Richard Giannotti, 0-for-3 so far tonight. Matt Elliott. He went to junior college at Dixie State in Utah. Richard Giannotti, a switch hitter batting left, waits patiently. Fastball, a swing and a miss, strike 2. Richard steps out. Chris Walston at first, being held by Javier Brito. Kernels down by 3 in the ninth inning, have been out hit 11-10. Elliott with the 0-2 to Richard Giannotti. And he loops it foul over the third base Kernel dugout. Remember, 2 weeks from tonight, Commercial Federal Bank presents fireworks at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Swing and a miss by Giannotti, and that ends the game. Richard Giannotti fans and the Kernels come up with no runs in the ninth inning. On 1 hit, 2 strikeouts for Matt Elliott. There were no South Bend errors. The Kernels leave a runner and strand 7. South Bend whips the Kernels for the 4th time in 5 games in the last week. You can see why the Silverhawks are the Eastern Division kingpins. They play very good baseball. 5-2 Silverhawks. Totals, highlights, and more coming your way next on the Colonel Curtain Call. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
With graduations and weddings upon us, you may be giving or receiving gifts and presents. Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling reminds you that they do not accept gift wrapping paper in your blue curbside recycling box. Instead, try to recycle by reusing old gift paper. Since wrapping paper should not be put in your blue curbside recycling box, you can throw it away in your garbage if you don't reuse it. Enjoy gift giving this season, but remember that gift wrapping paper is not recyclable.
Phil Mickelson's figured out how to beat Tiger Woods head-to-head.
It has not ever worked yet. Don't get me wrong. It's not a plan that's worked yet.
But it may someday, and he let Dan Patrick in on the secret.
If he hit his iron shots first, he was so good, he would put it inside me and put more pressure.
You know what? That's interesting philosophy, that he put even more pressure because he's hitting his irons before you because you've outdriven him.
Well, not all the time was I able to do that, but when I was trying to go toe-for-toe with him off the tee, he would put even more pressure on me with his iron play, plus trying to drive it that long to keep up with them. I was hitting it a lot more wild, more crooked, missing fairways by a larger margin, which didn't put any pressure on him at all. So for me, when I got paired with him head-to-head at Doral, and I think in the future I'm going to take 20 yards off the tee shot, try to hit cuts in the fairway so that puts pressure off on his tee shots, and also I'm able to hit my iron shots first, which has been my biggest strength the last year and a half, and hopefully put a little more pressure on him.
The Dan Patrick Show on ESPN Radio.
A nod to the man walking his dog. The dog's name is Mickey. Hey, Mickey! Or is that the man's name? Oh, well. Mrs. Johnson tending her garden. Afternoon. Around the corner, past a kid shooting hoops. Nice shot. Moving pretty good now, past the soccer field. Spy a guy jogging and think, now that looks like serious exercise. When I decided to get in shape, I didn't really see myself in a gym or pounding the pavement. No, I went back to one of my first loves, riding a bike. You know that old expression, you never forget how to ride a bike? Well, it's true. And the folks at Hall Bicycle Company found the right bike for me. Sure, they had all sorts of fancy road bikes and mountain bikes, but the sales guy found out what I needed and got me a bike to roam the neighborhoods and bike trails. And now after work, I'm out on a new adventure, and I haven't felt this good since I was a kid riding a bike. Some things never change, and that's a good thing. On 2nd Avenue at 5th Street. Stop by and see for yourself that the world looks better on a bike. Hall Bicycle Company, since 1898.
It's time for the Colonel's Curtain Call, right here on The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
with a recap of all the action, the State Farm Major League scoreboard, plus a look ahead to the next Kernels game. Let's rejoin the voice of the Kernels, the one, the only John Rogers, here on The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
Game one of an 8-game road trip, and the Eastern Division leading South Bend Silverhawks beat the Kernels for the fourth time in 5 games in the last week. Tonight, A.J. Shappy earned his league-high 9th win of the season as he turned back the Kernels 5-2. I'm John Rogers, and it's great to have you with us for the Kernel Curtain Call here at Coveleski Stadium, where the Kernels got a leadoff double in the first inning from Alexi Casilla, but could not plate him, and that was kind of a forebearer of things to come as the Kernels failed to cash in on a leadoff double by Alexi Casilla in the very first inning against 8-game winner A.J. Shappy, now a 9-game winner. South Bend did get a 2-out hit by Carlos Gonzalez, a 2-out RBI double in the first inning, plating Emilio Bonifácio off of Carl Jelen. It was 1-0 Silverhawks after 1 inning. In the third inning, South Bend made it 2-0. 3 straight hits by Jeremy Millens, Augustine Murillo, and Carlos Gonzalez. Gonzalez drove in the first 2 Silverhawk runs, his 2-out single into right, plated Jeremy Millens to make it 2-0 South Bend in the third. A 1-out home run by Mark Reynolds down the line and left. The shortstop belted his 5th home run of the year. The South Bend Ball Club leads the league in home runs and in batting average. And the home run by Mark Reynolds off Carl Jelena in the 4th inning made it 3-0 South Bend. The Kernels, though, closed that lead down. A 1-out home run by Warner Madrigal in the 5th inning made it 3-1. It was Warner's team-high 8th blast of the year. And then the Kernels made it 3-2. Tommy Duenas, a 1-out double in the 7th inning, came home as Warner Madrigal lined his single down the right field line. Duenas scored to make it 3-2. In the bottom of the 7th, though, the Silverhawks scored an unearned run off starter and loser Carl Jelena. Wilkin Castillo led off, grounded one up the middle, backhanded by Alexi Casilla. He threw in the dirt wildly past first, and the batter Castillo went to second. Tommy Duenas made an ill-advised throw to second, trying to pick him off, and that put the runner at third base with nobody out. Josh Buhager then walked. It was first and third, nobody out. Emilio Bonifácio singled in the runner from third. It was an unearned run scored against Carl Jelena, and it made it 4-2 South Bend. The Silverhawks then advanced those runners to second and third with only 1 out, but Miguel Gonzalez came in, struck out Augustine Murillo, one of the premier players in the league. The Kernels walked Carlos Gonzalez intentionally, and then Javier Brito grounded out to third to end the inning. So Miguel Gonzalez kept the Kernels in the game as we went to the top of the 8th inning. The game hinged in that 8th inning. Alexi Casilla singled off relief pitcher Josh Perot. So did Sean Rodriguez single. Kernels, trailing 4-2, had runners at first and second with nobody out, but failed to bunt those runners over. Casilla was thrown out on a sacrifice bunt attempt by Freddy Sandoval at third. The next 2 Kernels, Peel and Toussaint, were retired, and the game hinged on that Kernel failure to bunt those runners over in the 8th inning. South Bend added an insurance run on 3 hits and an error in the bottom of the 8th inning and won it 5-2. Final line score. Eastern Division leading Silverhawks, 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left 9. The 8th place Kernels in the West, 2 runs, 10 hits, 4 errors. We left 7. Winning pitcher A.J. Shappy. The right-hander is now 9-1. He beats the Kernels for the 2nd time in a week. The Kernel tough luck loser Carl Jelena slips to 2-4. Carl pitched 6 innings, giving up 3 earned runs on 9 hits. A save to Matt Elliott, his 12th. The game took 2 hours and 32 minutes, and 3,814 were here at Coveleski to see the Kernels bow to South Bend 5-2. Up next, we'll have our Access Direct play of the game. This is the Kernel Curtain Call in the Zone.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was news anchor for Channel 2. Now, with gas prices at $2 a gallon, check out Randy Kill Honda and save with great fuel mileage on all Hondas in stock. The safest family sedan, the Honda Accord, will definitely save the family pocketbook with 34 miles to the gallon. Get even better mileage with a compact Civic, getting you there at 38 miles to the gallon. Or check the amazing fuel mileage of the Honda Civic Hybrid, 48 miles to the gallon, and that's in city driving. Randy Kiel Honda has a large selection of pre-owned Hondas, too, all with exceptional fuel mileage. Check them out at www.randykiel.com. Also, Randy Kiel offers a 7-year, 100,000-mile confidence guarantee on new vehicles. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. I'm saving on gas prices by driving my Honda, and you can too. See Randy Kiel Honda on Centerpoint Road Northeast.
The Colonel Curtain Call rolls ahead following a series opening win by the Eastern Division leading South Bend Silverhawks. A.J. Shappy notches his league-high 9th win of the year as South Bend dumps the Kernels 5-2. Access Direct is proud to step to the plate as always during the Colonel Curtain Call to give us the Access Direct play of the game. Access Direct is undergoing a hiring initiative right now, and they're looking for team players. What do they have to offer you? Well, fantastic benefits, including medical, dental, and vision insurance, a 401k savings plan, and an $8.50 an hour starting wage. All of those, plus a fun-friendly atmosphere in which to work, and a casual dress code at Access Direct. How can you find out about their great career opportunities? Well, you can do it in two ways. You can log on to their website at www.accdir.com. That's www.accdir.com, or call Access Direct at 261-0260. That's 261-0260. The Colonels trailed in this game 3-1 in the top of the 7th inning. Tommy Duenas doubled past third down the left field line with one out, and with the score 3-1 South Bend, Warner Madrigal came to the plate. Here is our Access Direct play of the game.
On what I thought was a base hit by Chris Walston. Here's a looper down the right field line. It's fair, and it falls. Tommy Duenas is being sent home. He'll score to make it a one-run game. Warner Madrigal has driven in his second run of the night, and he cuts the Silverhawk lead to a run. 3-2 South Bend here in the top of the 7th inning.
Yes, Warner Madrigal did make it a one-run game with his second run driven into the game. Earlier in the 5th inning, he made it 3-1 South Bend when he slugged his team-high 8th home run of the year. Warner Madrigal's opposite field run-scoring single, driving home Tommy Duenas to make it 3-2 Silverhawks in the 7th, our Access Direct play of the game. South Bend whips the Kernels 5-2. We'll have a complete look next at the State Farm Major League scoreboard here on the Colonel Curtain Call in the Zone.
1 hour photo, speed dating, DSL for your computer. Everyone's in a hurry these days. Your professional Pekin insurance agent, Scott Draper of Sheets Forest Draper and Marion, doesn't hurry when it comes to helping you with your insurance needs. Scott will gladly sit down with you and outline a solid insurance program just right for you and your budget. Out-of-home, business, life, and health. Scott Draper, your hometown Pekin insurance professional in Marion, will give you the responsive, personal, unhurried service you deserve.
Hometown Restyling. For all your remodeling needs, satisfaction is guaranteed. Hometown Restyling specializes in all of your home's interior, exterior needs. Come and visit one of our showrooms, one in Hiawatha, one in Coralville, and see the possibilities. Windows, siding, sunrooms. Please call 378-1221. Hometown Restyling. There's no place like home.
Welcome back to Kovaleski Stadium, where South Bend's right-hander A.J. Shappy upped his Midwest League first-half record to a fabulous 9-1. The South Bend out-hit the Kernels 11-10. The Kernels committed 4 errors and dropped the road trip opener 5-2. We now move ahead to bring you scores from across the nation. The State Farm Major League Scoreboard, brought to you for the 10th year in a row by State Farm insurance agents Gary Schubat, Lanny Peterson, Al Shetler, and Dale Thompson. Let's start in the American League. There were 4 games played this afternoon. Check that, there were 3 played this afternoon. At Fenway Park, our parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, stomped Boston 13-6. At Kauffman Stadium, it was the Rangers outslugging the Royals today 14-9. And the White Sox trimmed Cleveland at U.S. Cellular Park 6-5 this afternoon. A final from the Metrodome in 10 innings. The Yankees edged the Twins 4-3. Tonight at Comerica Park, they're in the top of the ninth inning. The Orioles lead the Tigers 9-7. And in the bottom of the sixth inning at the Coliseum, the Blue Jays
Hello, I'm KCRG TV9 First Alert Meteorologist Josh Baines. We have some more warnings to tell you about in east central Iowa. A new warning has been issued for Benton County, Iowa County, and also Keokuk County. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for those three counties. That'll be in effect until 10:45 p.m. Other warnings that we have out right now, we do have a tornado warning that's out for Jefferson County. This would include the city of Fairfield. There's a very strong thunderstorm right now in Van Buren County off to the south, and it's heading north at about 60 miles per hour. No reports of tornadoes on the ground with that one, but radar indicating the possibility of a tornado heading north into Jefferson County. Now for Benton, Iowa, Keokuk, Poweshiek, what else do we have here? We have Tama County, Marshall County. There's a cluster of showers and thunderstorms you can see from Marshalltown to Oskaloosa and also in Benton County west of Cedar Rapids, capable of producing hail to the size of nickels and winds over 70 miles per hour. So off to the south, we have the threat for the tornado down around Fairfield, and off to the north, farther north, the threat is for the hail and some very strong winds. And these storms are moving to the northeast, at least in through Benton County, down to Keokuk County, Benton County. They're moving to the northeast very rapidly at about 30 to 40 miles per hour, but they're packing very, very strong winds. We're going to zoom into Benton County right now. New severe thunderstorm warning out for you till 10:45. The threat for some hail to the size of nickels and winds over 70 miles per hour. This would include Vinton and also Van Horn. I'm going to lapse this for you over the last hour. And notice the movement of this strong storm moving into Benton County, capable, again, of the hail and also the strong winds. Right now, there's no warning out for Blackhawk or Buchanan County, but I'll be on the lookout for that. Also, northern Lynn County. We're going to back out a little bit and look a little bit farther to the west. I said Iowa and Keokuk County, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning, but if you go outside, look overhead, nothing happening. But just off to your west near Grinnell and Oskaloosa, a very strong line of showers and thunderstorms moving in with those winds potentially over 70 miles per hour. So if you're in places like Williamsburg and Sigourney, be on the lookout for this storm here in the next 30 to 45 minutes. So several warnings we have for you. We're going to put up a graphic here in just a second to make sure we cover all of them. But some strong thunderstorms moving into the KCRG TV9 viewing area. Again, a tornado warning. We do have one out. It is for Jefferson County. There's a very strong cell just to the south of Jefferson County in Van Buren County, and it's moving to the north at about 60 miles per hour. So we're keeping a very close eye on all these thunderstorms that are out there in east central Iowa right now. The main threat is for hail and wind and also a potential tornado down in Jefferson County, which would include Fairfield. And we're just about ready to run through some graphics here for you. We have several to run through. A tornado watch, by the way, it's in effect for all of the counties in the KCRG TV9 viewing area. And I think my intern has us ready. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right. Tornado warning until 10:15 for Jefferson County and includes Fairfield. A severe thunderstorm warning until 10:45 for Benton, Iowa, and Keokuk County. A severe thunderstorm warning for Marshall County until 10:30. And moving on here, Poweshiek County, 10:30, severe thunderstorm warning. A tornado watch till 11 for Wapello and Davis County. Stay with me, folks. 2 a.m. tornado watch for the counties in central Iowa, Waterloo, Tama, you're in on that. And the rest of the TV9 viewing area, tornado watch will be in effect until 4 o'clock later on tonight. So that's what we have for you for right now. We'll have more coming up on the TV9 News at 10. Hope to see you then. I'm Josh Baines. Stay with your 24-hour news source, TV9.